All right, and we're live with the Raven's Nest, session 16. So, tonight we will be down Rixian. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here tonight, but we will check in with the other three players and see how their week was. Kurt, how was your week?
Good. Can't complain. Went by super fast. And I can't believe it was just Friday last week. Like yesterday.
Yeah, this week did go by kind of quickly. I got a 3-day weekend ahead of me, so I'm pretty excited. But every day is a weekend for you, Kurt.
That's right.
The retired life. Pandora, how was your week?
Pretty good as well. It also went by weirdly quickly, and my days off are going to go by even quicker. So,
That's how
yay.
it works.
Yeah, it
work's
sucks, man.
work's still going well. It's been a couple weeks since you've been there now, right?
Yeah, it's going really well. It helps when you like the people you work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It makes a major difference, man.
Yeah, I'm just marking this down, like on my notes. Still going good, and then I'm just gonna see when it starts to like. You find out like this person's talking shit because that's just been my experience in every restaurant ever.
Yeah, restaurants tend to be the most dramatic places of any place you can work at.
Yeah, that's why there's always the memes of like the front of the house dating the back of the house kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Raven, I know we talked to you last night, but did you have a good day today, bud?
Oh yeah, crazy work week. But glad it's over. 3-day work weekend. I've not had this holiday off at a job before, so this is all different. But I will not complain about a 3-day weekend.
Nope. Is this
Yeah,
Monday a holiday or something?
It's Martin
it
Luther King Day.
it depends
Ah.
on like who you work for. Like
Yeah,
some
it's usually a
companies,
banker holiday.
yeah, some companies
Yeah.
observe it as a holiday, and others don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, I work for an insurance company. It's like a typical business. I wouldn't expect to get that holiday off, but here we
Yeah.
are.
Government holiday.
Yep.
Yep. I'm definitely in the same boat as you, Raven. I'm surprised that we get it off, but also not complaining.
I was like, I will take it.
Well, since we don't have to check in with Rixian, I'll go ahead and open it up to each of you for your recap, and then we'll get into tonight's game.
All right. No, everybody just clamor over each other to do it.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, everyone was shouting so much I couldn't even make out anything that was being said.
All right. Sweet. Last time we had a long discussion with Mogan, trying to come up with different theories of what was happening. We talked to him a little bit more about his curse and exactly what happened, and we came up with a plan to maybe try to use combinations of Dispel Magic and Remove Curse to maybe possibly separate him from the dragon. Unfortunately, before we could do that or even attempt it, one of Estelar's controlled minions showed up, tossed a bunch of fireballs at us, and then finally Raven managed to bring her down and then resuscitate her and kept her alive and also dispelled the curse from her. Then after during the fight, Mogan's heart was destroyed, and then he poofed. The silver dragon was then released. Whatever consequences are going to result from that, we have no idea. But then the dragon flew off without a single word, or even gathering its treasure hoard. After the fight, we kind of gathered together, kind of recoiling from Mogan's death. And then we had a little bit of discussion with the sorceress, and she revealed to once again not really know anything, same as Dooman. After that, we gathered up some platinum from the Dragon Horde. We bamfed our way to Ravenshaw, where we reacquired our mounts, and then everybody gathered at Silky's house when everybody learned that Pandora has an adopted daughter. And that's pretty much where we left off.
The lady's name's Joanne.
Yeah.
Also, the one part about the beginning of the fight, there was some kind of illusion where she made it look like it was actually Estelar up there, but it was an illusion. And then that fight ensued. And then there's that Elysian Dragon thing again that makes us get feared or whatever. We got a shitload of money from the cave of Mogan's hoard. I think that was about it.
I'll
Yeah,
add
Silky
in.
asked Pandora for more money, even though she had a purse full of coin.
Oh
Do
yeah, and
remember that.
Joanne joined us too. You know, she's kind of, since she doesn't know where she's going, she just kind of following us. She said she'd help us take down Estelar.
Well, I'm gonna stick to what I was going to say before you chimed in there, Kurt. I was gonna mention that you've pretty much touched on everything. There's like a couple of other details here and there, and if you came up with any of those details that happened, I would give bonus experience for the recap. And then you chimed in with a very good detail. Like I said, may not amount to much besides establishing what kind of personality Silky has, but I guess kind of makes sense with, knowing how Pandora is in a sense. Nice. So normally, I cap it out at like X amount, but I'll give like over that amount.
Oh yeah, she wasn't gonna have room for us to stay, and then as soon as she offered her money, she was like, "Oh, you can stay."
Yeah, she
that
changed
was
her
pretty
mind
great.
pretty quick. Yeah.
All right. So after this long, grueling day on May 29th, eventually each of you made your way back to Ravenshaw after the battle, grabbed your mounts, finding some of them to be a bit malnourished and not taken care of very well. And to make sure that you all had nothing to worry about with the Midnight Raven here, you all made way towards, I would say Silky's house, but more of a suite-like room at the top of a tavern that she just basically rents out. But some of you, as we were nearing 11 a.m., just like getting into early afternoon, had mentioned that you wanted to go to, partake in a bit of shopping and just how you had mentioned it, Raven, a bit of item management, swapping out coin for gold and things of that nature.
Yep, I think it would be in our interest to find a way to carry more stuff. Maybe find some kind of magic item, like, I don't know if I would know this, but a bag of holding.
What would that do exactly? Joanne pipes in.
Something that, it's kind of like a magical handbag that lets you put a lot more than what you would typically be able to put in a normal bag. It's like a magical pocket dimension that's basically a small room inside of a bag where you can put a certain amount of things in and carry with you, but it doesn't weigh any more than a normal bag.
Well, that's definitely the most fascinating idea that I have heard. While I may have not particularly thought of something of that nature, it doesn't mean another intelligent mind hasn't perhaps
Yes.
ventured in those
They're
endeavors.
great for traveling, obviously, because, carrying a lot of weight kind of burdens travel.
Yes, makes sense. Well,
Anyways, I think we might be lucky and be able to find one in town.
I would definitely imagine such a thing costing a heavy amount of gold.
Hmm. We'll see. I've heard that they're not as rare as some people think, but we'll see.
Won't hurt to go check.
Yes.
And then Joanne will look over towards you, Pandora, as Silky just like kind of grabs your hand, and you can just feel like the grip tightening. Not like a tense, worried, but just more thankful of an actual person that she's more familiar with being in the city.
Gotcha. I will squeeze her hand in return. And Pandora will say, I have a few things in mind that I'm going to try and do. That I think I'm just going to try and rest and catch up with my daughter.
Well, should I come with you or just stay here?
You can come with me around the city, Silky. That sounds like fun. We could make a day of it.
Okay. I'll give you a nice little smile, and then Joanne will just say, I'll stay here and wait for each of your return. Then begin to make her way inside of the tavern.
Before she goes inside, I'm going to ask her, is there anything you need? You want us to get for you?
No, I appreciate it, but your friend Rixian had given me quite a hefty amount of coin to take care of myself. I wouldn't hinder you with any of my needs.
Very well.
And for you, here, and Raven, she will toss you her spell book. I believe you had given it back. If you haven't, then this detail obviously doesn't matter. But I have shared her spell listing with you in Roll20 to make it a bit easier.
Ah. Thank you. That will come in very handy.
Oh, I'll see you each back here in a bit of time. So, with, we'll say Kroot, Raven, and Rixian are making their way to go take care of some things. Pandora, are you going to join them, or are you going to just have your day with Silky?
I think I'm going to have a day with Silky. I'm going to bring her along while running some errands, I guess.
Okay. So then we will start with the trio. Exactly what are you all looking for? And like I was saying before, if there's any RP needed, then we'll take care of that little bit. Other than that, we'll just pick it up and go from there.
How do I access the spell book? Like, I see Joanne, but
You should be able to click it and then just go over in the character sheet.
it looks like I don't have some permissions or something. Maybe I need to refresh. Like, I can click it and it just says, like, it's like blank when it pops up.
I'll try that. But it may just be blank because you're under bio and info. Just make sure you click the character sheet tab.
That's all it said was bio and info. There weren't other tabs, but it's here now. It's here now.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So you can just take a look over that spells page and figure out if there's anything that you wanted because you had brought that up.
Damn. She is pretty powerful. She's got an 8th level spell slot.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to go along with Raven to look for a bag of holding. Maybe some healing potions.
Not a bad idea. We've got some extra coin now.
So whoever would like to take the lead on this, so go ahead and roll me an investigation check. See if you can track down these items. Raven, with your familiarity of Ravenshaw, I will knock down the DC just a tad bit. But if you have a proficiency in it,
Yeah.
for an example, then you both can roll or one can roll at advantage.
All right.
Yeah,
I have,
I'll let Raven do it, and I'll give him guidance.
all right. Do you have proficiency as well?
No, not an investigation.
Okay. You're gonna guidance me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Investigation. I'm gonna just roll that separately. Investigation. Normal roll. Well.
Ooh, didn't need guidance.
Well. I mean, I'll still roll it.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice
Max roll.
Damn.
32.
Crappy roll, man.
I mean, it is my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so from the table I'm looking at, you're unable to find anything.
Really?
You got to roll low. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
So, being from Ravenshaw, you would know that the best place to go, like for potions wise, is going to be within like the guild and some of their resources. But you do know of 2 shops that may have this bag that you are envisioning.
These are just like magic item shops.
Yes, and I mean they are spread out a bit, but this while this one is mainly I guess more of a tavern, you would know that there are some like magical dwellings there as well. People in the area that hang out, and it is the Shrine of Nula, and then you'd also know of the Trolls Bridge.
The Shrine of Nula and Trolls Bridge.
Yep.
Check those out.
All right, sorry. So my brother came to talk to me for a second. I'm sorry about that. So there's the 2 locations. One of them was you said the shrine. Was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Shrine of Nula,
Shrine of
and the
Nula.
Trolls Bridge. Just put it in Discord chat for you.
Okay.
And that is for like what your the bag that you're looking for, and then for potions, you would know that your best bet for that is going to be at the guild and their resources.
All right. All right. Well, Crute, I guess let's go to one of these shops first. Shrine of Nula or the Trolls Bridge.
All right.
But your potions are going to be at the guild, most likely. So let's try. Let's try the Shrine of Nula.
So as you all make
I'll
your
follow you then.
as you all make your way there, Raven knowing your way about the town, Rixian following in each of your footsteps, eventually you make your way to a nice stone carved tavern, and it is in the shape of a lantern. And at the top you can see what you know to be the Light of Nula, and it is also used as a lighthouse for Ravenshaw as well.
Nice.
Nice. I like that.
Going inside, you will see some of the familiar sights that like you're used to in here. A bit of ghostly and spirits hanging about that just seem quite peaceful. Just looking a bit lost, and you would know that it's a way to describe this, that all of the souls lost at sea coming towards Ravenshaw seem to be trapped in this location. They're all peaceful, but the souls that are trapped are basically become servants within the tavern.
Interesting.
The only one that you see is a female elf standing behind the bar with cropped black hair and green eyes with a nice sharp nose. You can see her wearing some fine clothing and a sable fur cape draped across her back. Now,
Would I know who this is?
probably wouldn't know her by name. Um, just more of rumors that you've heard of, just like her description.
Uh,
Gotcha.
as we're walking up to the bar, I'm gonna go and tap Raven on the shoulder and
What's up?
cast this on him.
What's that?
I cast enhance ability on you,
Oh,
and with Eagle Splendor, you'll have advantage on charisma checks.
all right. That works. Is that like a
This might make you
concentration
a little
thing?
nicer.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Greetings. I
Mighty
don't believe we've met
dwarf,
before.
mighty dwarf to see in my fine establishment, and if my eyes aren't forsaken me, I do believe you to be the son of, uh-oh, forgot the guy's name for a second. Give me a moment. Sarnan.
Sarnan. Yes, I am. We've been adventuring. Been out of town for a little while. What's your name?
Finley.
Finley.
Pleasure to meet each of you.
Likewise. We're interested in purchasing some of the items of magical quality. Do you know if do you offer such things here, or is there a shop here that sells types of things like that?
And she'll kind of just like look across, shifty eyes back and forth. And as you both look around, I mean, other than the three of you, no one else is in this establishment. And say, yes, and make sure we're not near any prying eyes.
Of course.
Upstairs,
Somewhere more
please.
private.
They,
Of course.
these spirits don't like the light. And when you all make your way upstairs, she will show you, her wares. And
Yeah, she is.
I
Show
Also-
me
No,
your
that's
wares.
not the establishment.
I
Taking me
also
upstairs,
made,
if you know what I mean.
a couple of checks to see if, like, how lucky you guys were for there being magic items.
Was I up all night to get lucky?
And you rolled on the table to get, what's the word I'm looking for? Romanced into doing as she wished.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. Show you her items. Is there anything in mind that you're looking for?
Maybe some weapons, but first and foremost, traveling, uh, things can be so heavy. Do you by chance have something that can hold a lot of things in a small package? Something, I believe it's called a bag of holding.
Yes, I have actually one thing like that. It came in from Vala, and the Snowhair Guild has been experimenting a bit. A bag of holding, so that's an interesting name for such a thing. I called it the Infinite Bag.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
And it can hold a lot of things, but even when you stuff it full of hundreds of pounds, it still feels like the weight of a normal bag, yes?
I haven't placed that much inside, but it did seem to make it so the things I did place in were not as heavy. Yes?
Is it quite spacey inside? Like a small room?
I was told never to go in there. And,
Oh, yes, no, you would never climb in, but
well, then how would I know?
I guess you'd have to fill it up.
Well, if this is the thing that you're looking for, it's said I've only got one, and well, it did cost me quite a bit to obtain.
How about 1,000 gold?
1,200 gold, and you have yourself a deal.
May I inspect it first?
Of course.
And then I'd put my glasses on, check it out, and then I would ritual cast Identify.
And I mean, it is indeed the bag you are seeking.
Is it? Is it about the same specs as far as how much it can hold? I mean,
Yeah. Other than
Yeah.
the fact that I'm just was giving it a different name. It's the same thing.
Okay. All right. I hand her 1,200 gold.
I'll pitch in for half of it.
All right.
We're all gonna use it. We're all probably gonna throw stuff in there. So
Done and done. There's a couple of other wares that I have if fancy taking a look, but
Sure. What else do you have?
so while she shows you around, you'll see that there is a spear with a green tip. Knowing that it is crafted from adamantium, but you'll also notice that the edges are a lime green color, and it is letting off a bit of a very, very, very dim light, but enough to where you can, kind of see it casting a shadow from underneath the blade of the spear. You see a shield, and upon it is inscribed another shield, just kind of carved inside of the carved inside of the outside perimeter of the shield, kind of giving it a bit of just like a beveled effect. And then also you will see a horn, like a horn that you would use to make a trumpet sound or send an alarm.
what does that horn do?
Yeah.
This it's quite nice. If you find yourself out and about, you will, more than likely have to sleep under the stars from time to time. And if you find yourselves under attack in the midst of night while your two friends there are sleeping, let's say dwarf, you blow this, it will instantly wake up your friends, and the enemies will, let's say, find it difficult to move for a few moments. Do you wish to see?
I could just shout them awake. I mean, you don't need a horn for that.
Well, if this stops the enemy from moving.
I could do that by farting on them.
Oh, so funny.
Ever been around a dwarf after he eats a can of beans?
No, but I've heard it's never a good sign.
Yeah, let's test it out.
So what about what is the significance with this shield and spear here?
This shield will give you the ability to reflect certain arcane and magical attacks, and also provide you a bit extra protection. And this spear here, well, if you're able to land a blow against your enemy, then let's just say it stings a bit heavier than they would expect. And you wish to test the horn, and wasn't that right, dwarf?
Yes.
Well, be prepared, and then she will, give the horn a nice blow, and as it rings out, can both of you make me a Constitution saving throw? I'll make one for
Oh,
Rixian
shit.
as well.
She's gonna make you fart, Crete. Oof.
And Crute.
I rolled it. It's a 16.
I think you rolled it to the GM.
Yeah, I did. I had it to GM. I forgot to switch it over to public.
No problem. So both of you will begin to feel your body locking up. Crute, you are actually able to shake it off, but Raven, as you look over towards him and as you look towards Rixian, both of them seem to be locked in a paralyzed state.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna try to like move their arms. Can I still move them?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put them in an embrace.
Never knew you thought about that way about
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna put Rixian like leaning back, and Raven like he's holding him up. You know, and position him like that.
And right when Crute's done doing such atrocious things to you, Raven, you come back too. You're able to see what was happening, but you just could not stop it.
Was
Sorry,
I just
had to do that.
paralyzed? I ask. Was I just paralyzed?
Yeah.
Yes, that's pretty much how this works.
Wow, that's. Crute, I know your farts are powerful, but I don't think they've ever paralyzed someone before.
Not like that.
Oh.
A wizard once told me that it was akin to what he called a stinking cloud, but it didn't paralyze anybody. It might come in handy. How much for the horn?
Pulling up the table. This is going to be a little bit more expensive than that bag. I see this one is, well, crafted from some special bone found from the trolls in the forest. Well, you know, not to mention the amount of time, but 1,700 gold, and I will part ways with it.
I'll think about it. What about that shield?
It'd be roughly the same, 1,800 for that.
Were these just the only 3 items other than the bag?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, other than just like regular things, but mentioning that you were looking for more top of the line items, we'll say, this is what she had presented.
No weapons other than the spear, it seems. What do you mean by it stings a little more, the spear?
Well, I would ask if you wish to test that, but after your experience with the horn, I don't know if you'd want me to use this on you. To be more precise, it is embedded within it is the power to be able to inflict poison into your targets.
Ah. Well, personally, I don't unfortunately use a spear. I'm one who more uses dexterous weapons. Spears tend to be for more brute strength people, I feel.
How much
I mean,
more protection does that shield give you?
Provides a bit of, well, quite extraordinary protection, I would say. More accurately, are you familiar with a spell shield? And give yourself a bit of an arcane barrier between you and your opponent.
No, can't say that I've seen that spell.
It's the one I use all the time to avoid getting hit.
Oh, you mean that shimmering glow?
Yeah.
Yes, that shield contains that.
Huh, that might be worth the...
A shield that contains shield. Okay.
It
That's
expands
pretty
another
cool.
shield.
That's funny.
How much did you say it was? 1,700?
18 for the shield.
Well,
So that's what,
keep
180
in mind,
platinum, right?
the shield that you currently have has quite a bit of
Enchantment.
upgrades to it. I don't know
Upgrade,
if
Not enchantment, but it's upgraded.
would this shield we're looking at here be of similar quality plus this magical bonus, or is it of lesser crafted quality but with the magical bonus?
Well, in quick comparison, I would say that yours is a bit more well crafted than this, but
How many times a day will this do this for me?
I'm not quite sure. I have used it a handful of times in a day, and then it seemed to stop working. I believe it was 4, and then it took about a couple of days to fully recharge.
If you're serious about buying it, Kroot, I could identify it.
Yeah, I think that would be wise.
Alright, I'll take the 10 minutes to ritually identify it.
Contains 4 charges, recharging a D4 per short rest.
And what's the plus bonus to the shield?
1.
1? Okay, I think you have a +3, don't you?
No, my shield's just +1.
Oh, okay, well then,
Yeah,
I
this
assumed
is
you had a
actually-
+3 shield. Well, I mean,
It'd be the
Kroot,
same. It's just
you could do that, or I
get
mean,
the
you might be able
shield.
to find a, you might be able to find a +3 shield around here.
Damn, dude, let crew talk.
Sorry.
It's all right. I mean, it's just the same as the shield I have, except for the shield spell that's contained in it, which would still be better.
It's up to you. If you want, we could go check out the other store and then come back.
How much of a trade-in would you give me for this shield? And it's got no magic in it, but it's a high-quality shield.
Could give you a couple hundred gold for it. Perhaps around 400 to 500. You can see some damages here and there. It would take a little bit of work to get it completely fixed back up.
So 1,600 for this shield.
18 for
Trade
the
it.
shield that I have, and if you wish to trade it for the with yours in place of some platinum or gold as you had suggested, I will part ways with it for 1,400.
Deal. And I will hand over the 140 platinum.
Thank you. And then what I will do is, well, let me just ask real quick. It doesn't seem like any of you are really, I mean, it's like a maybe with the horn and then more than likely a pass on the spear.
I can't use it because it's not finesse, and it's also interrupts my blade song because it's a two-handed weapon.
So, all right. Well, if that's the
Well,
case,
technically, can't you wield a spear with one hand?
I believe
But
so.
again, I'm finesse anyways. I still couldn't use it unless it was like a unique spear that was finesse.
You said you were good as well, Pete or Kroot.
Yeah. I said I think I'll pass on the horn for now.
Okay, so as you all are taking your leave after some of the items purchased, we will go over to Pandora and with her adopted child.
All right. I'm looking for a couple of things. One thing I'm trying to keep an eye out for is a apothecary or potion brewing, or place capable of potion brewing. The second one is I am keeping an eye and ear out, and might even talk to a couple of people to see if they know something of the equivalent of a master smith that might be in Ravenshaw.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, and you can make it at advantage because of Silky's skills as well.
Terrible.
The only words or any clues that you find are pointing you towards the guild hall.
Shit. I don't want to go there. Okay. Can I try to talk to people and ask around instead?
That was what I was giving you the investigation for.
Oh, okay. All right. Nope, I definitely don't want to go there, especially since I technically stole back from Sir Fluffy. Well, fuck. Okay.
What do you
I
mean
guess
stole back Sir Fluffy? I thought you said that he was yours.
I didn't say that out loud.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just wanted to jump in with Silky.
If you don't hear me do the voice, Pandora's not talking. It's just me talking to myself. What about, and same for the apothecary as well?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is going to get cut short then, because Pandora's not going back there. Instead, I will just spend the day with Silky, buy her treats and stuff, treats for myself, and I guess we'll just have fun.
Lollipops, cakes, all this kind of good stuff.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I will say for that, it won't cost you too much. Probably about 2 silver to buy all sorts of sweets, especially for a child before getting too much of a tummy ache.
Dude.
And I mean, if that's going to be it for you, since you don't want to go towards the guild for obvious reasons, then what I will ask is back to Raven and Kroot and Rixian. You all said that you were going to make your way over to the Trolls Bridge, see what they have there.
Yes,
Oh,
that would be a great idea.
I'm sorry,
I
were
think.
you going to say something, Pandora?
sorry, I just remembered that I didn't want to talk to Silky a little bit.
You can go for it. I'll wait. We can wait.
Sweet. So as we're kind of walking around and talking, and having fun, maybe checking out clothes and shit like that, Pandora will at one point look to Silky and say, "Do you like living in this city?"
Yeah, it's great. A lot of people are pretty stupid.
Yes, I agree. There are many stupid people here. How much have you been able to tuck away?
Enough.
You don't have to be vague with me, sweetie. I'm just trying to get a feel for, maybe we should move on from this place, move to a different city. Or a place that's prettier. Personally, I despise Ravenshaw.
I mean, why we? I mean, you kind of just left, and the last time I saw you, you just made sure I was okay, and then you left again.
I know. I am sorry. There is a lot going on. There's a lot of things I'm having to do for Diana to make sure that Elista is safe. Unfortunately, it calls me away a lot.
Diana's stupid. You always say it's something for her, and you always use that as an excuse.
She's is a goddess. She knows things that need to be done, and I am her champion to be. So if I want to continue on that path, I have to listen to what she needs to have done.
What is she telling you needs to be done?
There is this man named Estelar who is doing very bad things across many different places. And I need to track him down, and I need to stop his exploits. Otherwise, very bad things could start happening. Things that may put a lot of people in danger, might even put you in danger.
You mean like what's going on in Laos?
Yeah, something along those lines. What have you heard is going on in Laos?
Just that people are fighting.
Yeah, they are, unfortunately. I don't know if Estelar has anything to do with that, but I would not be surprised if he did.
So then it sounds like if we were to leave, no matter where we went, you would just leave again. At least till you find this guy.
Unfortunately, yes, that is the work. And I am saddened every time that I am separated from you, but I promised you no more fighting, and I'm going to keep my word.
Well, if that's what you're gonna do, then I mean, I'm gonna stay here for now, at least. It's at least the closest thing I know to home.
Right, I understand that. I'm just. In my experience, the longer you stay in a location and do what we do, what I taught you to do, the more likely you are to get caught. And there are people in the city and a guild in the city that are. They're not good people. And if you happened to get in their way or interfere with their business in some way, that would be a very bad thing for you. And I don't want to come home to find you gone or missing or whatever.
They don't even know what I look like. I don't show my actual self when I'm out and about. That'd be stupid.
Oh, I see. See, this is why I'm happy that we are spending a little bit more time this time around. We need lots of rest, so I'm thinking, hoping that we're going to be here for about a week. I can catch up with you on all of these things.
You think we can trust those others that you came with?
So far, they are a good sort. I strangely don't know much about them. Usually, I am much closer with those that I travel with, but I don't know. I don't ask them questions, and they don't ask me questions, which is probably for the best.
Well, if you don't ask them any questions, then how do you know that you can trust them?
They have saved my life more than once, so they seem to care that I stay alive.
That doesn't mean that they're your friends. They could just be using you.
Well, then I am using them to stay alive and take on jobs that I could never take on, and I have become very rich because of it. So it's not a wholesome thing, but I mean, we are using each other. I think everybody in the group is aware of that.
Well, this dress is pretty. What do you think?
Yes, I think it would look good with. I think it would complement your eyes. Do you want it?
Oh, I was thinking of making the dwarf wear it.
Yes. I doubt we would be able to get him in it, but it would be very funny. Maybe if we make him drink enough, we can do it. What do you think?
I think it's worth a shot.
I will buy the dress.
All right. And I mean, it's just like a green kind of like a kind of gown. Nothing too luxurious, but would still definitely look quite hilarious on a shorter individual.
Dope. I guess that's all I had. I was hoping maybe she'd want to move, but that's fine.
Okay. And with you two going back to the troll, or you three going back to the troll's bridge?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, probably not too shockingly, making your way in to the establishment, you will see that it is a pretty poorly put together shop underneath a bridge that kind of arcs over a creek. As you make your way inside, you will see a smaller troll than what you're used to. It got a little bit more humanistic characteristics, being shorter but still scrawny, and but a kind of plumped round face in a sense comparison to like a regular troll. Hi.
Is he speaking common?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. I'm Raven. What's your name?
What do?
I'm sorry?
What do?
That's your name? What do?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, What do?
That's what they call me because that's what I ask when you come in.
I wanted to come see your shop and what you had for sale. We are curious for magical items.
Okay. Anything that you have in mind?
Maybe weapons, armor, any other unique magical items that
Potions.
you might not have heard of. I'm sure there are magical items we've never seen before. Sometimes you find something new that's interesting. It's kind of how magical items tend to work sometimes, right? You don't know that they exist until you find them. So, curious if you have anything like that in stock.
I have one item that you may be inclined to see. And he will place a small, I mean, pretty small jewelry box on the ground before you.
Mm-hmm.
As you open it up, you can see that there is a ring, and on the ring, you see what appears to be a humanoid in various stages of a sprint. And as you kind of look around it, it kind of gives like the animation of a person in a sprinting motion. Gold printed on like black plate.
Interesting. And I'm assuming I see that it's magical with my glasses.
Yes.
I would start identifying it.
You will learn that. Basically, if you want to use it on a teammate, you can, but if you want to use it on an opponent, um, if you aren't surprised while going into combat, you can use your reaction during the initiative roll, and you basically have the ability to make them roll a charisma save if it's like a creature that's resisting, and if it fails, you can swap initiatives with them.
Oh, dope.
That's cool. And is that after you roll, or
Yeah,
like
so
would you
like
know what the
everyone,
initiatives are
like
before
yeah,
you decide to use that?
everyone will roll initiative. For the most part, obviously you wouldn't know like the creatures, so that's why it's like a check. And then if it fails the check, then you know the creatures. Like you get to see it as a player because like we use a virtual tabletop, but
Right.
if it was like behind the screen kind of thing, you wouldn't see it.
But normally this would, using this ability, if it failed to save, you would reveal the initiative order, and then at that point I could choose whether to swap
Yep.
initiatives or keep
Yeah,
where we are.
so
Okay.
basically you already know the initiative, so it's just like if it fails to
Right.
save, you can choose to swap.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be great for Pandora, not gonna lie.
How much is this ring?
2,000 gold.
Would you take 1,500?
No.
What about 1,600?
You can go ahead and give me a persuasion check for that.
With
Is
advantage.
that still going? Okay. All right, 19.
I guess so. Not very many people have this amount of coin anyways.
1,600 it is. What do we call this?
I call it the Ring of Running Man, but you call it whatever the hell you want.
Ring of Running Men. That's kind of cool. You can use it with allies too if you realize like you don't want someone to go first that ends up rolling first. Or
Yeah.
if you have someone that rolls like a nat 20, and it would make more sense for someone else to go first because of an opening spell or something.
I mean, it'd be
As
good
the
for any
cleric,
of
I
us.
actually prefer going last.
Right.
Yeah, and as a fighter, I would love to go first.
Mhm.
Right.
Right. All right. Well, thank you. What else do you have for sale? Any other magical items?
Just one of equal quality. And he will pull out a club. And the club you see being made of a dark iron material with a nice bulge on the top and then little rivets around each side, giving it a bit of extra fear and probably a bit of extra impact when it hits a creature as well. But as he holds it, you can see all sorts of colors, every color from the rainbow emitting through little bits of cracks in the top of a blue quartz gem as it emits a tad bit of light.
Interesting. I don't know if this would suit any of our party members.
If you hit someone with it, it make them dance.
That's great. Oh, I personally I prefer the more dexterous weapons like a rapier. Not show my rapier. Clubs are a little more slow for my taste.
Everyone always wants swords. Swords go fast,
Yes.
even if shitty sword.
Well, I don't like shitty swords. I like very nice swords. Well, thank you for the ring, Kurt, Rixian. Do you have anything else you wanted to look at here?
Got any healing potions?
I think guild have those,
That's right.
and
Oh.
I'm not gonna spend any of Rixian's money.
Yeah. Well, thank you, what do?
Oh, I forgot to mention that while he was paralyzed, I took all his money.
Oh,
I'm
perfect.
kidding.
I did want to ask, who did I buy my rapier in town here from previously? The one that can't be disarmed? If you remember that.
I believe it was Imwellis's smithy.
Okay.
Just a blacksmith that
Mhm.
works with the guild.
Okay. Well, if I'm assuming their smithy location is near the guild.
Yep.
Let's head over towards the guild and maybe check out the smithy and then what potions the guild has in stock.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Pandora, you got anything else after their little spree?
I sent you a message. I want to, before like me and Silky retire back to her suite, I'd like to look for the most comfortable utility saddle I can find for Sir Fluffy. I'm talking pouches, fucking bandoliers, fucking pouches big enough to hold weapons. You know what I'm looking for. And price is not an object anymore, so
Are you sure?
pretty sure. I mean, if there's a magic saddle, dude, I want to know if there's a magic saddle.
No. But I mean, like you go from like a saddlebag costing like a couple of gold to, and I know that it's not like that, I guess, like that big of a difference, but I just wanted to make sure because like the top of the line exotic saddlebag, um, it can ride in any aquatic or flying mounts. Um, and I would imagine if you use it, it's probably got like a lot of padding and things like that that could be adjusted to be on Sir Fluffy Butt. And then that would be 60 gold.
Done.
And for the adjustments and everything, like it's not going to take too much time, just like, adding a couple straps here and there. I would imagine it probably taking maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
Cool. Done. Done and bought.
Okay. I will say for each of you, Kroot, Rixian, and Raven heading back to the guild to check out a few things there, while you're searching about, you'll be able to find 3 potions of healing and 1 potion of greater healing that is available here at the guild halls. Excuse me, just had a burp at the potion shop, and unfortunately, there are no high-end. The best one at the moment for swords is just a +1.
Gotcha. I'm assuming it's only crafted. Well, it's not even magical.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's only like a
Yeah.
+1 item.
No magical stuff. Okay.
Yeah, if there was
What
a
about
magical
armor?
thing, I'd offer the RP for it, but I was just letting you know, like, that's how it
Sure.
came
Sure.
up.
Yeah, no worries. What about armor? Or is it same thing?
Same thing, but
All right, sounds good. I did want to talk with the group actually. I think it would be worth us investing in maybe some kind of traveling wagon and a driver, so that we can use our downtime while we travel.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I mean, we have such little time to study our, you know, for Pandora trying to learn how to make magic items. It takes so much time, but all of our time is going into traveling when we could be using that time to study.
Oh my god, what a good idea.
Yeah,
I wonder where you got that from.
I don't know.
Can we get a wagon through a teleporter is the real question.
I don't know.
With the amount of money you guys have, you could literally just take the wagon to wherever you're teleporting to and then just buy or build another one and then find another driver. And
This
just,
is true.
and just continuously ditch these people all over the world.
Well, regardless, I think we should look into this and hire a driver. Somebody we can trust.
Fuck, that's a good idea. Now I feel stupid.
Yeah, man, all those hoops.
Yeah.
Let's find
Well.
not hoops, loopholes.
Yeah.
Well, what I will do is I'll leave it up to like a discussion for, each of you, and if you all vote yes, all three kind of thing, I'll, will definitely be easily done. Plenty of people here looking for work, and definitely easy enough to find a wagon.
I'm sure.
I mean, Pandora's not there, but I'm down.
Yeah, but I assumed you would be. That's why I said when we meet back up with the group. But...
If you want the potions of healing, by the way, they will be 100 gold apiece. And the greater potions of healing will be 175.
Okay. So 475 total.
It'll be 575 total, if you want all of them.
Okay. Well, I'll just give them 600.
Right? No, I'm sorry. You were right. 475.
I was like, that math does not math.
It was 3 and 1.
I wasn't gonna argue, so. Okay. Well, I'll give them 500 gold then.
Cool. So you can add those to your inventory, and then
Yes.
knowing that you guys want to purchase a wagon, you can get like a base wagon with like a covering and whatnot, something enough to hold each of you in, but not like enough to sleep in by any means, but sit and be driven around. And those prices will start from 35 gold and up. And if you wish to purchase a driver, if you want like any in particular skill sets with them, like them being able to fight or whatnot, then that'll obviously cost extra, but that's up to each of you. Basically, what I'm going to be using is like the sidekicks from the new book.
Oh, no.
Let's regroup with the gang and discuss.
It gives me a good table to go off of, just FYI, guys, and then like also, you can pick variant levels of these sidekicks, like warriors, like spellcasters, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, a spellcasting driver? Fuck yeah.
And they can level. So that's going to be fun. I figured it's a cool thing that you guys can add in, and then if they die, it's it's on you guys.
Yes. Well, they're replaceable.
Also, keep in mind, like, high level, like, you're not going to find, like, level 9 spellcasters that are going to be your driver by any means.
Obviously not.
Yeah, oh no.
I'm just saying. Like,
yeah, we'll be their drivers.
Right? Yeah, I'll work with them.
I mean, but a magic missile here or a Tasha's hideous laughter there.
Yeah, it could be a big difference. Like, a level 1 spell could be a big difference.
Could be awesome.
Or even just like, an alarm spell to help protect us while we're sleeping. I mean...
Yeah. Or a dome at night to sleep in.
But like you said, you can talk about it. Sorry for getting us off rails there.
Yeah. No worries.
But after all that, if you guys want to meet back up at the tavern to do your discussions, we'll say a couple of hours have gone by. The sun begins to go down. Each of your stomachs begin to rumble. Pandora and Silky's a bit less, due to the snacking and little bits of shopping they've done, but you both still also feel get close to dinner time, and can each make your way back to the tavern.
Sweet. On our way back, I will buy. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think Pandora would remember what she think Kroot likes to drink. So she'll buy some of that, and then she'll buy some the basic food necessities like some meat and vegetables and stuff to prepare once we're back at the suite.
I think you can chalk up Kroot's favorite drink as ale, right, Kroot?
Yes.
I don't think
Sweet.
it matters what kind of ale.
Nope. I will pay for a keg of ale to be brought to the suite.
Okay, I just believe that's 5 gold.
Done.
Damn, that's cheap.
And that's including the food and stuff.
Oh no, that was just the keg. The food will probably just run you about like 5 silver. It's nothing too much.
Cool. That's all I have. Keg will get delivered. I'll bring up the food. I'll get that shit started, and then I will put the saddle on Fluffy. Also, I would have bought meat for him so he can get back to his weight. Is he any bigger now that since we've been gone for a
You can
while?
roll me an animal handling check.
Yeah. Once we get back to the tavern and we're up in Silky's, whatever it is she sleeps in, I will go over to Raven and dump out all the platinum pieces into his bag of holding.
Guidance.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Oh no.
It's really hard to tell with the malnourishment.
Makes sense. Honestly, the dice do tell their own stories. But yeah, I'll knock off, I don't know, 5 more gold, or 5 silver for meat for Fluffy, so he can continue to eat.
Sure.
Sweet.
Do. Oh, then what I will do is play some tavern music while you all make your way into her suite after all that for a bit more discussion. Well, this is it. This is my room. I mean, make yourselves at home. Don't mind the animals. And as she opens the door, immediately you will see a couple of cats and dogs making their way towards the door. As she walks in, she will begin to pet them and say, like, this one's Fluffy, this one's Spot, this one's Jax, this one's River, this one's, and then just like be naming off. And in total, as she goes through, you will see 21 different cats and dogs.
Wow. Is this Kyle's house? I'm kidding.
They all look fed and taken care of, right?
Oh yes, and I mean, while the house, like, you can see there to be, like, the markings of like some animals, little bits of fur here and there, scattered amounts on the floor, and it's still pretty well taken care of.
Cool. I think we discussed this, and I just want to remember correctly. I think I told you that I would have hired a maid for her. But if I remember correctly, when we came back to Ravenshaw one day, you said that Silky had fired her and hired somebody else, or just fired her, or them?
Yeah, she had fired her and hired what she referred to as friends.
Got it. Yep, that's what it is. Okay, thank you for the reminder.
And
Our-
she'll point you towards the kitchen, Pandora, so that way you can, begin the meal prep and whatnot. And everything you need will just be right in there.
All right, Pandora nods. She starts setting sacks down on counters, getting out pots and pans, and goes about cooking.
So, are we here too? Is this part
Yes,
of
this will be
the?
everyone being meet back up.
Okay.
And she'll say, "You there, dwarf? I got you a gift today."
A gift?
I thought we were gonna trick him, but okay.
Yep. But you can't see it yet.
All right.
We gotta wrap it first. But when I saw it, I thought of you.
Okay.
Well, I guess I can drop this silly spell now that we're back in the room. And as you see, like, this disguise begin to fall away from her, the dark hair turning into a silvery blue shimmer with bits of green highlights scattered amongst it through it, as it is wrapped down in a French braid ponytail. And I also would point out that you'll see her ears beginning to shift into a little bit extra of a point. Her eyes still remain the same green color, but you see her face become a bit more slender in a well-defined chin line and a little tiny button-pointed nose.
Do you foster animals here?
No, they're mine.
Oh. You seem to really like animals.
They're the best.
They are. I agree.
They'll never steal you away from your friends.
Pandora. She's got some spunk.
Right. Yes, she does, of course. She is my daughter. Can I insight what she just said? Is Silky
Yes, you
mad?
can. You keep saying that I'm your daughter, but you're never here.
Oh, good. We're just gonna air it out all right here in front of the gang.
Damn, Pandora.
Damn it.
Nah, she doesn't seem mad. She just seems to be fucking with you.
Okay. And I guess Pandora will just call over her shoulder and be like, "Well, I taught you how to take care of yourself. I already apologized today. What else do you want? We'll be here for a week."
I think she's just embarrassing you in front of your friends.
Oh, rude.
Yeah, isn't that what kids do?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really know. You are my first.
By the way, who's she? And Silky will point towards Joanne, and then the first thing that Joanne will say is, "My name is Joanne, and I can definitely see the resemblance between you and your mother." What are you talking about? She's like yellow. Not even close to yellow. The eyes. Nope.
The attitude.
My eyes glow gold. What?
I'm sorry, I'm not really sure what to say around children. The only one that I was ever near is Edrum's daughter, and, well, she didn't talk that much when I knew her. Still too young of a child.
She's not too young anymore. She's
Oh.
helping run the town in Darkwell.
At her age.
Hmm.
And like kind of like point over to Silky. And if my memory serves me correctly, I believe at this point, like Silky would be like what, 16?
Think so. I didn't know how old she was to begin with.
I think when she made her character, she was 12.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to remember without like going through like 2-3-year-old notes, but
No, yeah, you're good. No, that sounds about right because I believe I had set Pandora at the age of 23 when I made her, and then with everything that went down, I upped her to age 27 now.
yeah, so 16 sounds about right. But you would definitely know Edrum's daughter to be a bit older than that.
Well, what she means, Silky, is that our personalities are similar in a way. That's what she means by she sees the resemblance. I've rubbed off on you.
I guess so. Well, what are you doing with them? Well, it seems as if your mother and her friends saved me from a very bad man.
Worst.
Well, you'll all have to tell me about him. I've only heard what Pandora told me, but he doesn't seem very nice.
Since we're all together, I would like to, with my back turned to everybody, I would like to cast See Invisibility and look around the room for a little scrying orb.
Okay.
And it's up for an hour, so let me know if I see anything of that nature.
Yep. At the moment, you do not see anything of that nature.
Cool. Just continue cooking then.
You'll see, each of you will see Joanne rub her head a bit and say, "You'll excuse me, I think I've drank too much. Is it okay if I just sleep right over there?" And just points over towards the sofa. And she'll make her way there, lay down. And within just a few seconds, you'll hear her beginning to snore. Well, it seems that your friend has had enough to drink for the day. If she makes a mess on that sofa, you're paying for it, Pandora.
Yes, whatever.
So, and then you'll see her kind of just like sit down, grab her toes, and begin to like kind of rock back and forth. Tell me what all of you have been doing. I don't think the last time, well, when they left, you were with them. And she'll just like gesture towards you two being with Pandora the last time she had seen Pandora.
Well, I've been sailing the seas, came back to land to find this guy so we can kill him.
Why haven't you done it yet?
We haven't found him.
Why?
We haven't asked you to help us.
I don't know. Around here, it always seems pretty easy to find people, but maybe other places are different.
Do you know how big Elista is?
Mm-mm.
This is but one city.
Oh?
There are many
Really?
cities.
Did you know that
Many to
there's a
live.
world underneath this world?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yes. Are you referring to the Underdark?
Yep.
Hmm. Do you know where it is?
Yep. That's where I escaped from before Pandora found me.
Hmm. How did you escape that?
I had some friends. A really nice older lady. She liked animals and plants. He was really, really nice. A little too nice. Uh, there was an orc guy. Uh,
Was his name Croth?
yeah,
We know
you know
this Croth.
Croth? He's
The
he's real dumb.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
but he
ship captain. He
was
was
my years.
yeah. Kurt used to sail with him.
You know him too? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You just love
him
his
and some
vibe.
others. Well, when I knew him, he just wanted to get back to the ocean.
Did you by chance know a Goliath by the name of Mogan?
Mm-mm. Just a couple of other humans and orcs. There was this really, really old gnome that had these really funny glasses on that was with us, and a couple of others as well. But we all decided that we would uh, try to break free, and we escaped.
Hmm.
Why?
Did you ever meet Dog?
Who?
Uh,
No.
first mate.
No.
Okay,
One
never
day,
mind.
one day, yeah, never mind. Is the food ready yet?
Almost. Just a few more minutes.
Put like her, like, chin into like her right hand and push her cheek up and just say, "It's taking forever." Well, you all have to tell me more about you.
Well, as you know, my name's Raven. I am actually from here in Ravenshaw. My father is actually Sarnan, the leader of the guild here.
Isn't Sarnan a half elf?
Yes, I was adopted.
Oh, that's what you meant by kind of like you. Hmm,
Yes.
that's weird.
Hmm.
I mean, not as weird as Pandora adopting me, but
Oh, we have something
still
in
weird.
common.
Oh, does your dad leave you at the house all the time and go out and have all these awesome, fun, super fun adventures and not ever tell you any of the cool stories when they get back?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, yeah, then we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the stories. I have to be here for more than a couple hours.
But I want to know the stories now.
I will tell you while we eat. Goodness, it's almost done.
Well, then hurry up.
Throw a bread roll at her.
Man,
She's
aren't
definitely
parents
your
so
daughter.
difficult?
And like, as like she kind of just like moves out of the way and like the bread roll hits the ground, you'll see a couple of the dogs just swarm it and like eating it, you know, just as dogs would do if food hit the ground.
Yeah.
Man, aren't parents so difficult?
Yeah, they're not too smart either.
Okay, I'm right here. I'm just not very far from the living room.
Do you all hear something?
Sorry.
That's gross.
Oh,
I'm trying to envision the soul of how Silky was playing a very immature child in the campaign.
Apparently,
Nice.
she's now a very immature teen.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it kind of works, right?
So, we were talking about maybe purchasing a traveling wagon and hiring a driver so we can further our studies while we travel, since we have such
Oh,
little
you want to
time
know
to
a
do
neat
so.
trick for that?
What's
If you
that?
call the people that work for you your friends, they'll do more for you. It's great. I do it all the time. Makes them feel good.
Who works for you?
Just a couple of kids here and there.
So what kind of business do you run?
It's called None of Your Business.
That's typically the kind of business I prefer to run too.
Pandora laughs from the kitchen.
Trademark. Well, if there's nothing that you go, if there's nothing else I would say that you guys wish to talk about, we can fast forward to, I guess, dinner being completed. It'll take about probably 30 minutes in total, and go from there. I know that you had mentioned purchasing a driver.
Yes, I think we could use our traveling time for other things to be more productive. When it's taken up by just literal travel, well, let's just say it's not very productive.
Damn, I'm a good cook. Anyway. I think that's a very good idea. The only issue is the whole teleporting deal. We might be hard pressed to get it through a teleportation circle.
This is true. Maybe we could find one that's easily, well, broken down. You see, I found one of these special bags while we were in town today. And I bought the bag, and as you can see, you can fit a lot of stuff in here. Maybe we can find a wagon that can be disassembled and reassembled easily.
Well, that's a good idea. I just don't know how we would get a wagon wheel into it. I take it the opening is probably not big enough to fit a wagon wheel. correct,
Probably
Daniel?
not, but
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Again,
unless
a
we
good
just
idea.
each hold a wheel when we teleport. I mean, you just hold it for 2 seconds during the teleportation time, and then
Sure, we're going to look strange, but no
hey,
stranger than how Rixian looks all the time, so I think
but
it'll work.
it would be efficient.
Agreed. We can. I'm willing to give it a shot, as long as
I
it's
mean,
not too annoying.
worst case scenario, we have the funds now. We could always just buy another wagon when we get to wherever we're going.
Right. Yeah. All right. But yeah, I think we should start utilizing a wagon for sure. I mean, Fluffy isn't at his best right now, but hopefully, with a little bit of time, he'll be able to pull a wagon himself.
Wait, that bag can carry anything?
Well, not anything, but
But like a lot.
yeah.
So I could take my animals with me?
You're not supposed to put living things in the bag.
Oh. And you'll see her like have like a bit of a pouty face.
If only.
Well, if you have that though, why wouldn't you just tell your friend to drive back the wagon to wherever you're going?
It would take him quite a bit of time because our friend here, and I point to Rixian, He can get us across all of Elista in but a blink of an eye.
Yeah, but what do you care how long it takes him as long as the stuff you have gets where it's going?
I mean, true. That is very true. It could work out in circumstances like that, but just for sake of ease, it would be easier to just leave a wagon behind, take our driver with us, and then buy a new wagon.
It's also
that big of a
wishful
deal.
thinking to think that our driver hauling our treasures wouldn't be ambushed.
Yeah, but either way, it's funny.
Not funny when we lose all our treasure.
Now you take the important stuff with you, you put it in the bag. Can you fit him in there? And she'll point to Kroot.
I mean, I would prefer him to continue living.
What about for a little bit?
For my identifying earlier, do I know what exactly happens when something living put in here?
I mean, like, yeah, you'll know, like, if it goes without air for a certain period of time. I mean, in theory, I guess Kroot could kind of just, like, hold on to the edge and go in if he wanted to. But, holding his head up. But if he slips and falls, then, good luck.
But what did you guys find on your shopping trip other than the bag? Anything else of import?
This is really good, by the way.
Yes, I've had a little bit of practice
Oh,
cooking
and
for
at
my
that, I will hand each of them a healing potion. This is all they had.
Better than nothing in a pinch.
And we also got this ring. It's used in combat, and essentially you can force somebody to swap when you move in combat.
Okay, that's a very strange way to put it.
It'll make
Initiative's
you.
not a word in this.
It'll
game,
make you a little bit
in
more
game.
light-footed, while they
Yeah.
seem to be caught flat-footed.
Yes. Well, ordinarily, while they might have gotten the jump on you, for some reason they not they don't in this scenario, and you get the jump on them.
Oh, so it's sort of like my thing. You've changed their will to be a little bit slower.
And boost yours. You swap with them, if you will.
Interesting.
It's like an inverse of quick-wittedness.
I have to admit that would be very handy for me, but you are the purchaser.
Well, I guess it makes sense to give it to the one who would benefit the most in the group.
I don't need it.
Who in our group benefits the most from moving first in combat?
Well, for me, the quicker I can get close, the more. The better I do. I am very good with my sword. My magic is progressing. Diana is blessing me with many new abilities, but it is slow going.
I'm in a similar boat, but if you think makes sense to boost your effectiveness in combat, I'd be willing to let you use it.
I would appreciate that. How much did it cost?
It was what was it? It was 1,600 gold.
Yeah.
Pandora will count out 160 platinum and hand it to Raven.
Here you are.
Alright, so what I'll do is I will send this to you as well, because I just actually sent it to Raven. basically, like, the part that I was meaning that, like, it doesn't matter is, like, the third paragraph, because you, like I said, you guys know the turn order, so it's basically, you know, basically just the second paragraph.
Man, if I took alert on top of this ring, I could use it no matter what.
You know how hard that is to describe initiative without using the word initiative in the description?
Right. That's why I would have flavored it as you force your will upon somebody and they become slower
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah.
There's definitely more ways to say it, but it is difficult. Like when I was saying, like,
yeah.
you have the advantage because of advantage, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's the only way I can put it.
Yeah. When I was trying to come up with it on the spot, I was like, you know what, this is dumb. Like, I was like, I should
happens.
just meta and say it. Whatever.
Damn, a range and a low DC. Okay.
Oh, I just saw your message now.
So, well, now that we're eating, how about you tell me some stories of this guy that you're chasing? I mean, if you guys want to kill him so bad, I don't even understand why he's still alive.
Well, he's elusive.
He's a slippery asshole, that's for sure. We believe that he, like our friend here, can teleport across Elista whenever he wants.
We've also been hesitant to seek him right away because, well, we were fearful he was more powerful than us.
He also has very powerful allies that are with him all the time, as far as we know.
Well, we've removed 2 of them from his entourage.
Yeah, so a little bit easier now. But sure, I can tell you a story. So a few months back, you knew that I was going to try and find tasks to do for Diana, and I had a vision of sorts, and then we did this very menial task for this very weird halfling, but that's not important. We went back, found a bounty letter for a terror or beast of the Neonsimna Mountains. It's been a while. I can't totally remember the complete words. But yeah, we went there, and then Pandora continues to tell her everything that's happened since she first left Ravenshaw all those months ago. Trying to think if she would leave out the part about Azala. Yeah, I think she would. She'll leave out the parts about Azala.
Well, that seems like quite some travel. I mean, well, at least you have the ability to get to places quickly.
Yes, Strixine is very helpful in that regard.
Although it's expensive. Well, we have the funds now.
Yes. Also, Raven, you were worried about the hoard we left behind. Now that you have the bag, what do you plan to do?
Well, I would like to go back. I mean, it's quite a bit of treasure we left behind. Maybe we teleport back there and buy a wagon in Silverkeep.
When would you like to do that? At the end of our rest, or do you want to do it tomorrow? What are you thinking?
How long is our rest? I mean, how long do we need to rest?
7 days. You know.
Oh, okay.
7 days.
I wasn't sure if we were, already in the middle of.
You have only been here, like, it is still May 29th. Like, earlier today, you had combat with Joanne.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, if we have the ability to go back to Silver Keep, I don't know if we have the, spell slots or whatever.
Rixian does not have a spell slot, last I remember.
I think he was tapped out.
Then it's either we wait or we, well, I mean, I guess we could buy a wagon here and start traveling there, but that would, at that point, it's going to take us like weeks, we might as well wait here.
Would also ruin our rest.
Well, not if we're in a wagon, right?
No, it's still traveling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Traveling is not light activity.
So, like what I do is I give you guys like the capability of like doing other things and like raise the DC on certain things, like studying like while you're going along like a road, like it's going to be a bit bumpy, so it's going to be at least a tad distracting to say the least, but it's
Right.
still capable of getting tasks done. You know, just change a few things here and there versus if you were sitting still. If Rixian's stuff is correct, he has a couple of spell slots available.
It depends what sheet you're looking at, because I don't know if he actively updates those or if he keeps track
Correct.
in person.
That's what more so what I'm wondering, because like this has like a couple of marked off, but it also depends on like how you do it. Do you like keep the thing full and then mark them off like as you use them, or do you fill it as you go?
Right.
Is it on D&D Beyond or is it on
Yeah.
Roll20?
I'm looking at D&D Beyond and Roll20, and they're neither one of them are alike.
You fill as you go.
Yeah, I always fill as I go, but maybe you got some weird quirk OCD thing. I don't know.
When you long rest in D&D Beyond, it
takes them all away.
Yeah.
But
what I was gonna say was he does potentially have the option to use his other spell slots to turn into sorcery points, and then turn those into a spell slot for a teleport.
Distinctly remember last session that towards the end he did say that this is the last time we can teleport until we rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is for sure. Like I just got done listening to the VOD for like the second time today.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then it's like we are resting. I don't think we have an option.
Yep. Well, I am definitely tapped and exhausted, and I would like to spend some time with my daughter. It has been quite a while since I got to be with her for a good amount of time. So I would appreciate that.
I might go see if my dad's in.
Yeah.
During the hour while we were eating and talking, any globules or anything like that with my see invisibility?
Nope.
Okay, that's a good thing for the most part, but still, it's only an hour out of 24.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to cast it 24 more times, I guess we can get this done for sure, but good luck.
Yeah.
I'll go make some new friends at the tavern.
Well, I do have a keg destined to be delivered here for you, Groot. You don't have to go to the tavern tonight.
Well, you know I like to make friends, and I'll use air quotes, as I'm cracking my knuckles.
Just so you know, Pandora, when they bring you stuff, they knock very lightly. Sometimes you won't even hear it. I would just check outside the door. It's probably already here.
Oh, for Diana's sake, I'll go down and check on the ale.
And as you open the door, you'll see a keg.
Cool. I'll pick it up, bring it in, bring it up.
Well, Groot, it looks like we've got a road beers for us.
As I get back up, kind of set it in the kitchen, I'll look at Kurt and say, as long as you try to whittle it down throughout the week, that's all I ask.
Of course. And a dwarf would I be to refuse good ale? Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome.
Wait, it's going to take you a whole week to drink that? What kind of dwarf are you?
I'll do most of my drinking at the tavern.
Yeah, this is just his morning alcohol.
Sure. We'll see. I bet you can't hold your ale at all. You're probably too busy chasing this guy around everywhere to be able to drink as much as a normal dwarf.
I don't know, Groot. Sounds like she's got the point.
Sounds like she's trying to challenge you.
Back to that.
Well, I guess if you all are gonna, get some other things done for the night, I'll make sure to stay up and let you in, but the door's got to stay locked as much as possible. This
When
place
do
is
your
kind of shitty.
when do your friends stop by to report on any news?
When I want them to.
Oh, all right. Just checking.
Why? Do you want to see if they know anything?
Oh, I very much doubt that they know anything about Estelar, but I suppose we could ask at some point. Um, but I am very tired. I want to go to sleep. Silky, you okay with sharing a bed with me?
I mean, there's plenty of others. Do we have to? Kind of embarrassing.
I mean, if you don't want to, I guess that's fine.
Well, I'm going to stay up and wait for them. But if you're tired, you can go right in there. That's my room.
Okay, sounds good. Have fun, boys. Don't get in too much trouble.
Yes, boys.
Didn't
And
make any
she'll
problem.
like kind of rub her hands together and say, I'll be watching you. Bye.
See ya.
Love you later.
And as you two make your way out, the door will close behind you. You'll hear a lock, just a as you guys take a few steps away. And after making your way downstairs, and Pandora, you'll see Silky kind of just like leaning against the door, listening. And as she like kind of looks over at the corner of her eye and sees you staring, she'll just say, "They'll think that I'm gonna actually be watching them, and it's gonna be hilarious."
Pandora just gives a big smile and says, a good way to welcome them back to Ravenshaw.
And at that point, we'll go ahead and take a small break as Kroot and Raven go over towards the guild hall. So we'll be right back in just about 5 minutes at most, and I mean maybe 10 depending on how long it takes Kroot. But then usually you're the last one back. That's why I just say that. But we'll be back momentarily and get back to it.
Because I'm slow.
Hey,
Thanks for watching.
yeah, I feel like I'm not. I know you got a couple
Why
years
you-
on me, bud, but I've got to juggle the animals and stuff, make sure that they're all good. So I take a little bit longer too.
More
So
than a-
don't feel bad. But we'll be right back. And as Pandora said, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back with more of the Raven's Nest. So, Pandora, while we're just continuing like our off-screen topic, while you're pondering that and kind of weighing your options, knowing what we had talked about with purchasing Sir Fluffy Butt some armor, we will go to Kroot and Raven as each of you have made your way back to the guild hall.
Is that where the tavern's at?
You know that there's a tavern there that you were brawling with some the previous time you were here. They have a tavern downstairs and
okay.
upstairs being like more of like the office and made for guild members and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do anything that's role play worthy. I'm just to go have a few ales and then go back to bed.
I was kind of curious if Sarnan was in town.
After a bit of talking to some of the guild members and hearing some chatter here and there, you would know that your father is here.
All right. Is he like around, or I don't know how late really it is, like if they've already gone to bed or what, but
I mean, it's definitely a little bit later in the evening, probably from your judgment, pushing near 9 o'clock. Not like too late, but you know, depending on how old of the person you're talking to, I guess.
like is Sarnan hanging out at the bar, or is he
You do not see him down here.
retired at his room or something? Okay. I guess well, I mean it's not that late. I'd start going upstairs, I guess, to see if he's up.
And as you kind of walk past the office, you see the door is open and your father is sitting behind his desk. As a description, because this is kind of the first time he's like popped up, even though you would know this quite well, Raven. But see a half elf male wearing a multi-shaded brown of clothing and a black tunic with a hood. At the moment the hood is resting on his back and kind of pulled over his shoulders, you can see that there are a pair of goggles with a leather strap that are pulled down around his neck at the moment. And while he is just seemingly staring off into the distance, as you step in, he'll be twiddling a coin in between his fingers, a little silver piece, and as you step in, he'll kind of clasp the coin in between his index and middle finger and look at you with out of the corner of his eye. Ah, son, nice to see you again.
Dad, been a minute. We've been traveling, as you know. I know we left the guild with some information probably a few months ago about our endeavors. I don't know if you've downloaded on those.
I've heard from Wolfa and the others.
Yes.
It seems that you had some friends that had some disagreements with how we run things here.
Oh, that's Pandora. She's a little she tends to be on her high horse sometimes. She doesn't take shit from people.
Well, is it done? Did you complete the task?
Are you talking about Estelor?
But of course, why else would you be here?
Well, we came back to rest for a bit, but this is a longer quest than we originally realized, of course. We've taken down 2 of his top crew members, or rather, dispelled the curse controlling them. This, as you know, the curse mark we've spoken of in our report. We've realized it can be dispelled simply by using remove curse. I don't know if you've seen anybody in town with the scar, but if you do, as you know, it's best not to touch them. That's typically how the curse transfers. But anyways, thought I'd stop by and say hi.
Well, hello. And, and I've been following along in the reports. No news to report here.
Really? No, nothing weird happening with, in relation to this, SLR? You heard any news of him
Just
outside
gave
from
you
us?
like a shake of the head. No.
Yes, he's kind of, hard to track, and he only really shows his face when he wants to. But,
Anything that we've come up with the individual, well, seems to be quite contradicting to each of the work that you've submitted. We've stricken them off as false.
well, as I said, we only just now, have taken down the second person in his top crew members. And, resulting from that fight, we decided to come back to rest here in town, where it's safe. But,
Oh, my dear
and
boy, you know it's not safe here. As
well,
he gives you a bit of a smile.
yes, well, ironically, it's still safer than being out where SLR can reach us. But, yes, we just needed to take some time and recuperate a little. We're gonna head back out again. Ah, obviously, end goal is to take SLR down, but it seems that taking down his crew members are the fastest way to improving our chances of winning
Yes,
in our initial time.
I suppose there's multiple ways to skin a cat, if you will.
Yes. Well, his elite crew are, well, we like to think of ourselves as veterans, but these ones are somehow even more experienced.
Raven, I must ask, did you just come here to discuss pleasantries, or is this just business?
Well, there's one thing I did want to ask you. Why did you well, it's not really an easy way to say this. I was speaking with the leader of the guild in Fluxmouth, and she let slip some information about me that well, you never really told me, but apparently I'm adopted.
Yes, you know that I'm not able to give birth to children.
Yes, I mean, that makes sense. I just never really
If someone as
talked about it.
bright as you, with all those books that you read, couldn't put those two things together, it's kind of
I
embarrassing.
mean, I always had a strange feeling something like that might be the case, but we just never talked about it. But, anyways, just kind of strange to hear it from someone else.
Well, I'll be needing to have a little talk with the RN then, won't I?
Was I not supposed to find that out?
I just don't want others speaking of our family.
True. How is the How's the guild been going?
Now we're getting into more pleasantries.
Yes.
It's getting late. Perhaps you should go.
Fine. Can I, like, insight? Is he, like, just trying to get me out of his hair, or is there something he's hiding?
I feel like, you would know your father pretty well. Maybe without putting two and two together that you were adopted, but, nonetheless, you would know that, like, for the most part, your father rarely speaks unless it's pretty much about business. Anything in a, like, personal standpoint, that's just not his cup of tea.
Gotcha. If he's like kicking me out, that's cool. But I guess I'd ask if if he has any jobs for us while we're in town, to let me know.
Yes, will do.
Anyways, have a good night.
Farewell. Kurt, how many drinks have you had?
Just 2 or 3
Okay.
pints.
I thought you were going to come in with the cask. All right. Just curious if I need you to make like a check for me or anything. But while you're downstairs drinking, your second or third round in, out of the corner of your eye, you'll catch Raven coming back down the stairs, making his way into the tavern area.
Just give him a nod.
I'll come over and have a couple of drinks with Kurt.
All right, anything to RP, or do you guys just want to, just drink a little bit, then go back and, get your rest, wake up the next morning? Fast forward kind of thing.
I mean, we could fast forward, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, after, finishing off the round and just having some small talk, each of you head back towards where the tavern to be, where Silky and the rest of you are going to be staying for a little bit of time. When you get back, you'll find the door obviously to be locked. Once you knock, the door will open. You will see Silky let you in and then show you each to your rooms. And then we will move on to the next day. So on May 30th, just as the sun is beginning to peak and your short rest is complete, so if you need any hit dice rolled, or feel free before we move on.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Well, actually, technically, you all don't even have to worry about it because now you would have received like your experience after your rest, essentially, and everyone leveled, so that's a long rest for everybody.
Oh shit, that's right. So we don't even have to wait a week.
Cool.
Wait, that's how it works?
Yeah, you guys probably just forgot because it's so long until you level.
Leveling's the same as a long rest.
It's literally been like 15 sessions since you guys have leveled, I believe. It was a while.
Mm-hmm. This is a good level for me too. Get my level 3 cantrips basically.
I just get another spell slot.
My damage boost I get.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Rixian had already taken like his, his level and updated like his sheet on D&D Beyond as much as possible, because I see 6 level spells in here.
Yep, that makes sense.
So I mean, like, nonetheless, like if you guys want to, still spend a week here, maybe like purchasing items, getting special things crafted kind of thing, then that's totally up to each of you. But yeah, with the level, you guys won't have to worry about the 7 days to get the long rest because you get it from your level.
So we sleep, and all of a sudden we wake up feeling fully rested, Skyrim style.
Well, on a level, yes. Um, what I was going to just say though is, as each of you, the sun is just beginning to rise. Each of you will be awakened by a scream coming from the living room of the suite.
All right. Cool.
Pretty high pitched, short, and pretty abrupt as well. Just like a ah! Like a awaken from a bad dream kind of thing.
All right. Pandora shoots up, grabs her shield and sword, and runs into the living room.
Pandora's.
Same with Groot
All right, you go out.
in his boxers.
Raven.
There's a shield in his warhammer.
It's I jump up. What's going on?
So as each of you head out, all 4 of you, Rixian included, you'll see Silky kind of like follow behind you, Pandora, and then each of you will just be met with Joanne kind of like clutching on to like her chest with her right hand, just breathing a bit heavy.
Is there a scar on her face?
No, there's not.
What's going on, Joanne?
I remember all the horrible things.
That Estelar made you do?
Yes.
This is intriguing.
It's all coming back, and I don't even know where to begin.
What? But the same didn't happen to Dooman. He was just... didn't
I mean,
remember
maybe
the entire
he
time.
kept it internal. Maybe he didn't talk about it.
Yeah, he could have remembered and just chosen not to tell us.
Maybe he just didn't trust us.
How long were each of you with Dooman?
I mean, it must have been at least a week or 2.
Well, it could have been that, or perhaps he just actually didn't remember, but I mean, before I awoke, the last thing I saw was you. Well, from when we were back at that mountain area.
In the cemetery?
No, with that silver dragon. Is that even real?
Oh. You
Yes, that
talking about
was-
Mogan?
That was real, and he was a real person.
Do you know what happened to him? Why did he die?
Because the heart was destroyed, Raven.
We didn't see it happen, though.
Yes, but we all knew. We all knew what you all were doing, and, well, SLR said that we couldn't let you have an asset like that.
So who destroyed the heart?
He did. I was
How
there
did
to keep
he-
an eye, and if you all didn't make your way back, well, then he would die, and anything there would be ours.
Great. Were you the only one watching the mountain?
Yeah. My goal was distract and die, or, well, you know, kill you.
What?
If we had left, what was the plan with Mogan? Were you going to enslave him?
It's, from what Eslar told us, was he was just gonna die. And once the heart was destroyed, that it would disappear. He'd be no more.
How did he know where to find the heart?
It's, it's in books.
Hmm.
How is Estelar spying on us? I think I already know the answer, but just might as well double check.
Well, as a scholar, I'm kind of intrigued in hearing your hypothesis, but I'm sure that you don't want to waste time sharing. Well, once he implants the curse, or you have it implanted upon you, you're a part of him. And when that happens, well, he knows you. And he can see what you're doing.
But the curses have been removed.
But you're still a part of him. He knows you. He knows your memory. He knows everything about you all. Your memories.
We haven't been cursed.
I did, though.
Not you.
I was cursed.
Yes, and that's how he's aware.
Silky, pack your things, you're leaving.
I mean, while you removed it, he may not be able to obtain new information quite clearly, but with the curse, but he's still able to know who you are. He can use spells and spy upon you in numerous ways.
How often does he do it? Can he just look through Raven's eyes, or does he need to use a spell?
He has to use, well, not his spell, but Edrum's.
And how much does he do that?
As much as he can. It seems he's always interested in knowing where you all are moving about. So, mainly because each of you are collecting those pieces of the halo.
I cast Seen Invisibility and look around the room.
Nothing.
Okay.
Aside from us collecting the pieces, why was he so interested in us to begin with? Before we started collecting the pieces.
Do you understand how difficult these are to obtain?
I mean, the ones we've gotten, surprisingly, were not actually that difficult.
It's more of the tracking. You don't even know where they could be. These portals have been opened for years, dwindling a bit at a time, but ever since he's set each of you out and collecting them as well with his will, well, that's when the light shot across the sky and the portals begun to grow stronger.
So he wants us to collect these, but at the same time, it's more just using us so that he can take them, right?
Yes, I believe he calls you all stubborn fools. We've set forth, and, well, when we ran into you in Blucksmouth, we were supposed to be easily kill you, but when the guild was bearing down on us, it did not seem wise to stay.
Yes, that was probably sheer luck on our part.
What is his ultimate goal? What is he going to do with these pieces? Does he talk about it?
Well, I guess first it's best to mention that I guess he's a he in a way, but The Estelar that you're seeing is, well, not really a person. He's not an elf as he appears.
What does he really look like?
A demon from the Nine Hells. Another world. It's... I can't even believe the things that I've seen. The
See,
amounts of people dead.
We were told he was a fallen god, not actually a demon. I thought demons didn't truly exist.
And with the portals being open, they've come to this world. And those portals are gateways to other planes of existence.
Hmm.
As far as I'm aware, there's one containing such of demons and otherworldly creatures. One that is spewing dragons up in the north. This world will become quite dangerous quickly if nothing is done.
I believe the dragons was the one we encountered. Although it wasn't really the north. It was on an island. The Celestial Vale.
That's a different portal, most likely. But you didn't answer my question. What is his end goal? Why is he doing all of this?
He says it's to bring his friends back.
I mean,
Is he looking to become a god himself?
I think he's looking to create this world in the image that he sees fit. And, well, the ones, I guess, that he lost long ago to still be with him.
why doesn't he just go through the portal himself and go back to his homeworld?
See, Estelar gave himself over to the demon, and, well, Estelar's goals are still in line with this world. Some of him still remains within that creature.
But how is turning Elista into a monster-infested world going to help him bring his friends back? That doesn't make any sense.
I think he means bring them to this world.
He joined and obtained power to deal with this demon. It's not 100% sure of the reasons why, but I just know that that is his goal. With the halo complete, you can practically have any power you wish. You will have the literal power of gods. You will be able to walk amongst Ol and Atia themselves and be an equal.
Wouldn't these be competitors to his, the ones that are not demons? The dragons and the other beasts from the other portals? Or are his friends from more than just demons?
The demon's friends spread far and wide. Estelar's friends are here in this world, in the ground. They've been
Are
dead
you-
for quite some time.
So instead of just trying to work hard for, say, a god or a goddess, and coming into the power naturally, he's trying to speedrun it and leave this world behind him in ashes.
I believe so.
When you say
Nice.
below this world, are you referring to the Underdark, or are you referring to just being resurrected?
Like they're dead.
Alright. Well, we've learned a couple things about dragons. One, they're very powerful. Two, they're intelligent. And three, they're not necessarily here to kill all of us, as the silver dragon had every ability to do such a thing, but instead he flew off. So
That might just
while,
be because he was finally free.
I mean, we don't know, but that's not my point. My point is, maybe the dragons are similar to us in that they have clans and cities and that sort of thing. And if we can get them on our side, we can maybe save Elista and possibly make a deal for them to reside here if that's what they so choose.
Hmm. This is possible.
I believe that we should close the portal, so these pieces need to go back to their original location. Estelar must die. He must pay for the sins that he's bestowed on the people here.
Yes. We cannot let the pieces fall into his hands.
Of
We will
course,
return them once he is destroyed.
Of course, but the farther ahead I look into this, the less significant that Estelar is, and here's my reasoning. We don't know what or how many is being let into Elista. Therefore, we are going to have to find allies. We are going to have to find armies, because potentially we are going to have to beat back the armies of these creatures that are coming to Elista.
Yes. If we're most unlucky, maybe even the demon princes will be coming to Elista.
But perhaps there's a quicker way. If
How is that?
if what we know is still correct, you have 4 pieces of the halo, right?
All right.
So does Estelar. Each of you have 4. There are 2 that we know where they are right at this moment. Well, if the sources are correct. 1 is still unknown. Estelar has his resources tracking it down. But 1 is close to here. It's near the Black Lake. It's said to have been buried with an older family.
Really? I thought that he had all the remaining pieces.
No, he does not. It is what he wanted you to think.
All right, that's good news. But how does he travel around? Can he just blink into another location whenever he wants?
That he can have one of my friends turn us into creatures that can fly. We have various amounts of ways of travel.
Well, we are very outpowered. Just putting that out there.
I'd like to do an insight check on her to see if she's actually being honest with us about all of this.
It's probably a good call.
Yeah.
Is Silky packing her things?
She is enthralled in this conversation.
Figured. I will kind of snap my fingers in front of her eyes, and I'll look at her with like all the seriousness that I can muster. And I'll say, Silky, you need to pack your things. This man knows who you are now because Raven came here. I did not know that he could do such things. But unfortunately, you are going to be forced to move. Otherwise, he will come here, and he will take you.
Wait, you're serious?
Yes, this is not a joke. This is not a prank. He has
He will
already taken my
use-
sister, and he's going to use my sister, I know it, one day as a means of making me stand down. I cannot have both of you taken in this way, so you need to leave.
He will use you as a tool to trade with these
Well, it's gonna
treasures.
take a bit. I have a lot of animals. But fine.
I will have someone round up your animals and bring them to you at a later date, but you need to get on the road as soon as possible. Today, in fact.
Give me a persuasion check.
If I can
Crew,
assist,
for
I
your
would.
insight, you'll know that she is telling you the truth.
Okay.
Man, if I can assist, I was trying on the persuasion. That was
She'll say, "Fine, but I'm still taking some of the animals. My
That's
favorite
fine.
ones."
Of course, you can take them. We're going to buy you a wagon. We're going to get you a driver, and where you I don't even know where to send you. This is hard.
Well, by the sounds of it, you can't know.
You are probably correct.
well.
She'll
I
look to
think it's a,
Raven and then just say, "You're right. Parents are dumb."
honestly. I think it's as long as I don't know. I don't think there's an issue with Pandora knowing, right?
I don't think we can take that chance.
Well,
All right, it's up to you.
as I was saying, one of the Halo pieces is near the Black Lake. I know Kongi and Estelar are heading to Laels to go use the war there to be able to sneak in and find the piece that's there. But the third and remaining is still unknown. There's theories of it being in a faraway city, but none of us could figure out what that means.
Hmm.
We might have a little bit of an idea. But I think for now, I think we need to get moving.
Yes, we can continue talking as we move, as we travel.
Yeah, so I'm gonna help Silky pack up her things, and then once all that's done, I'm going to find. I don't know how I'm gonna find, but I'm gonna find a wagon for her, and then I'm going. This is the worst city to try and find a driver
Why?
because it's a despot of villains and thieves.
I mean, there's plenty of people looking for work though too.
You can find plenty of drivers. It's just whether you can trust them.
Okay, then in that fact, whenever we get to it, I think Pandora has an inkling that Crew is pretty decent with people, or at least if they're telling her that that they're lying, or telling him that they're lying, or you know what I mean.
At the moment, I'm not sure.
He's,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
a good judge of character.
Good judge of character. There we go. So whenever we get to that, Pandora will grab Crute to try and go find a driver for Silky.
And us.
No, just for her. She has to go off
Well,
in a
right,
separate
but
direction from us.
we're gonna be looking for a wagon too.
Right, obviously.
Okay, so then what I'll ask you is for the wagon, if you just want like a basic one, 35 gold. It'll still have enough room to do some work in here and there, but nothing too luxurious. Or you can go, above and beyond and buy something a bit probably more protective and enclosed, in a sense.
Hey,
But
she's got
Yeah.
like 20 cats and dogs to pull it, so she's good. She doesn't even need a horse.
No, the cats
Yeah,
and dogs
true.
are staying here, and I'm getting someone. Yeah. Also, we need to figure out if we want to use Rixian to bamf towards Silverlight and grab the Horde or not before we do this. He'll have to use up a fucking bunch of resources to get us there and then get us back. But we can get that money, maybe, if Estelar hasn't already vamped up
If
there
he
and
hasn't
taken it
already
all.
taken it, but that is a fuckload of money to abandon. And if we don't get it, it's not gonna sit there forever.
Well, I've got a way to get us back, but I need to go by the Temple of Vader first.
Hey guys, what if we do what we did last time and pay for the guild to teleport us to Silverkeep? I think it was 900 gold.
All right,
That's
that
worth
can-
it, I think.
If
Can
you
work.
don't move quickly, then, well, he will figure out that I'm still alive, and
He's probably already scryed us, and will have already sent somebody to recover the remaining.
don't believe so. I don't think Edram has that capability for a few days.
The hour that passed, any globules?
No.
Okay. Well, right, but that money will help us greatly. It'll make us more powerful, and you can even get connections, so on and so forth. So we
Yes.
kind of need it.
But if he's there, if he does go there, then all of the others will be with him, and you will die. Hello? Oh no. I think Discord pooped out. There we go.
Discord just reset.
Discord was like,
Oh, Kroot got DC'd. Okay. What did you guys hear last?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Sorry,
Yeah.
crew, Discord shit out. It wasn't
Sorry,
just you, it
everybody.
was everybody. What was the last thing you guys heard?
You were just saying that if Estelar goes to Silverkeep, I think.
Oh, if Estelar goes towards where the dragon horde was, and then he'll have the rest of them there with him, and if you all find them at the same time, you will die.
Well, it
Uh,
sounded like the peace was more important in Laels, yes? That he was going there first.
That's his intent, but I'm just wondering what if he does go up there to see if I was successful after
Kyle,
feeling
your mic's weird.
your mic's weird.
There we
Okay,
go.
you're better now. Well,
I think it's Discord. I think it's just like trying to reconnect fully. I don't know.
like you said though, he can't scry for a few days, so he wouldn't know.
Look, perhaps I'm being a bit worried, but each of you saved me. You had the full right and capability to just end me and remove me from this world, but you didn't. And well, I'm just
Well,
worried.
we
Kroot,
tried to be good people, but at the same time, I can't lie. We fully hoped that you would help us in effort to defeat Estelar and rescue the others.
Kroot, can you scry today?
Oh, I didn't take that spell today.
Well, shit. Because we could have scryed on the cave and known whether the gold was gone or not.
At this point, I think we need to
I'm just
use.
worried. He knows that our connection has been severed when you removed the curse. Well, he
Well,
may go there to just know for sure.
would he really know though? Because, like you said, even though we've removed the curse, we're still a part of him.
Does
Would
he
he really
need?
know the curse has been severed?
Does he need the money?
I'm worried he's going there for more information, maybe even chancing if the dragon comes back.
Would you think that he would be able to get the dragon to join him?
I'm not sure. And if that is his plan, that is a very worrisome thing. But nonetheless, even if that's not the plan, a dragon's scales and bones, blood, and other parts are very valuable for making, and well, yourself and things more powerful.
So pretty much too risky across the board to even tempt it.
No, I think we just need to get there quickly and leave. Get in and out quickly.
I know you have your fancy little bag, but it's going to take some time to shovel all of that gold.
What, 20 minutes? I would say we go to the guild, pay for them to teleport us there, get to the Silver Peaks, take the horde, and get out.
We do need that money very badly.
If anything, he doesn't need the money. I doubt it. They're just taking it to prevent us from getting it. He knows that that money could boost our chances to defy him.
Joanne, how long did it take for him to get to Amber Scully? Or how long does it take for it to get from Amber Scully to that cave, do you think? Did you make that trek?
I know that the village was about 2 days away from the path, so roughly 3 days to get there, but I mean, we were able to get there from the Nyansima Mountains, and well, you know how it works.
And you said that you can turn those people into creatures that can fly and carry.
It's still slower than teleporting.
How tapped was the group when you left? Do you know?
Well, from our information in where the heart was, there were Goliath-sized skeletons, rotted trolls, berserkers, and various other types of undead protecting the heart. Well, maybe a little wounded, but Estelar can control the dead. At this point,
Tell us more about that.
in
What
what
do you mean
manner?
he can control the dead?
He's been preparing armies. Did you see the force outside of Red Hawk?
Yes, we did.
Yes, are you talking about the townsfolk there, or are you talking about the
The ones up on the crosses, crucified, left there
oh
to rot.
yes.
He can activate those almost instantly. Hundreds, thousands, maybe even more at his disposal. It's just adding more each day. A lot of those are from my hands.
So we need to make sure we not fight him near a cemetery or something as such.
Well, Joanne, just know that those were not your hands. That was him. It was an extension of himself that used you as a tool.
Do you know? Does he have any weakness?
Not sure. You must understand the information he shared with us is just out of pure necessity.
Need to know basis.
Well, we need to get moving. If we're going to go try and get the coin, we need to do it now instead of
Yes.
waiting.
Let's talk as we travel.
Oh,
Are you going
Raven.
to the Black Lake?
No,
I
we're
think we
going to
first
try
need to-
and... We're going to try and go get the dragon sword first. We need it badly.
Raven,
Yes.
where is the Temple to Vader located here? Raven Shovel.
Assuming I know that, I'd point you there.
You'll know that it is in the White Village district, Whitegate Village, and there you have like a nice armory, the shrine to Vader, and the temple there as well.
I said, I've got to go to the temple. Have to do won't take me long. Where should we meet?
Well, I'm coming with you. We need to find someone to get Silky wherever she wants to go first. And they have to be trustworthy.
Do you want me to come with you, or do you want me to figure out the guild stuff to get us teleported to Silverkeep?
Go see if you can pull some strings, because you're part of the guild or whatever, to get us teleported there. I will go with Krut. He'll try to find the wagon and the person along the way. Is Silky all packed up?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Oh, Raven, exactly how much I gave him. 3 sacks that I handed over to him to put in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah, each filled with 1,000 platinum pieces. And the reason I'll let you know is because I wanted to like RP it, as each of you are like having this discussion. I just didn't want to interrupt. And you'll see her come out with a couple of bags, and then also a few like crates and carriers, each with a few animals in, a couple of dogs in one and cats in the other.
Oh, goodness.
That's going to slow us down. We need to find a better
Alrighty.
way to carry that.
All right.
What do you care? We're not even going in the same space or same place.
I care because you didn't give me my gift.
Well, that's because Pandora didn't get you drunk enough.
You know how hard it is to get one of us drunk.
And then she'll hand you like this bag with like nice tissue wrapping. It's never
Stuff it
gonna
in my
work now,
backpack.
but you can keep it.
Look at it later. I've got things to do right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll help Silky with all her things to get her at least outside of the front door, next to Fluffy, where Fluffy can protect her, because I'm sure that even a thief isn't going to come near a 16-year-old girl
Yeah.
with a fucking dire wolf there.
You need any more coin, Pandora, before I leave?
Well, I'm coming with you, but
That's right.
I don't.
Let's go.
I don't think so. All right, let's go.
We'll make a beeline to the Temple of Vader.
All right. You all can make your way there. It'll just take you like with the directions that Raven gave you. No more than 10 to 15 minutes from your current location. Make your way there. You'll see a few candles lit about, even while it is during the day. People walking in and out. Some acolytes and priests of the sort, all wearing the symbol of Vader.
I mean,
We'll
Pandora's just
give the
letting Krut-
secret sign or the secret handshake, whatever.
They'll be quite confused in what you're doing. What is this?
The dwarf thing. Need to get inside the temple.
Well, of course, the temple
Show
is
them
always open.
my holy symbol.
Ah, follower of Vader himself. You must be quite the powerful cleric.
Try.
Oh, the temple is always open.
I'll look for the box, the alms box, whatever you call it.
Like the altar.
Yeah. I'll go put in like 5 pieces.
Pandora's not sure what's going on, but she'll put in 2.
And I'll explain to Pandora I'm just here to create a sanctuary.
Oh,
I'll go and look for a space that's big enough to accommodate 5 people,
Yeah, easily
and
done.
I will kneel down, center, and pray. I'll put down a few objects, circular pattern, that area, and then I will cast Word of Recall. prepare the sanctuary first.
Oh, dope.
Oh, you have another taxi now. I see. I see.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Sick. Wait, where's the gift for this one? I'm disappointed.
Point.
It doesn't work because there's no GIF.
Haha.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Perfect.
And after I've done that, cast a spell, I'm like, yeah, we can go now. And I'll explain to Pandora if need be, I can cast this spell again and can teleport up here instantly.
My goodness. I am so very happy to have met Crute Ironboot.
That'll work for Silky here too. With us.
Well, she is going to go somewhere where we are not going to know, unfortunately. But hold on. I want to find. I want to look around for what looks like a moderately high level priest, and I just kind of want to pull him to the
Would
side.
be
real
me.
quick. Oh yeah, it would be you.
Hey, you find Groot. No problem.
Well, a resident of this temple.
Yeah, no problem. There's
I'm sure
plenty
they're
of them
higher
here.
level than me. So.
Okay. Okay, so I tap him on the shoulder, or whatever, and I look at him and say, so there is a young girl that needs to be transported somewhere, and I need somebody of the utmost integrity and maybe even a little bit capable in case there's any trouble along the way. She's going to have a few animals with her, but she needs to leave today. Do you know
Really?
anyone that is looking for a job or would be willing to take this on? I can pay them.
We have some young acolytes looking to prove themselves with the church.
Are they capable?
Well, they're young. They're still pretty intelligent for their age.
Pandora shakes her head. She says, no, I need someone to be capable. She is my adopted daughter, and she needs to get there safely, and I need to be assured. I will make a generous donation to this temple if you can give me someone capable and trustworthy.
Rest assured that they're more than capable. Just young. Still time to grow.
This dude is not getting what I'm putting down.
Let me ask you this: could they raise somebody from the dead if needed? That capable?
Not going to find many of that power here.
All right. To trust the last person that I love in the world to a bunch of young acolytes, apparently.
Could they revivify somebody?
In time, perhaps. Let's see. Your issue is, do you want to find someone capable that you can trust? Or that's capable, but you always have to be peering over your shoulder?
I hate this city.
Well, if
Just go
they
crew.
worship Vader, they should be capable and trustworthy. If not, they need to be kicked out of the temple.
They'll get there in time, cleric. Not everyone can grow as fast as you. They have to find their own path.
I give Crew a look and like arc an eyebrow, like, what do you think?
These guys are too low level. Let's get out of here.
Sorry, but your services are not adequate enough. And Pandora turns on her heel and walks out.
Apologies. You could try the guild.
Ha! Yeah, let me get on that. Do I know if there's a temple to Diana in this city?
No, just the ruined shrine.
That's right. I remember. Fuck.
Such a long
There
time
any
ago.
like
I know.
there any temples that are associated with Vader? You know, like allies, like another god that's similar.
Not similar, but they're all brother and sister. Just Olin and Atia are like the mother and father. So I mean, they're all like still kind of aligned, like in their own way. But um, I would say like personality-wise, they're still different.
Question: if there's like maybe there's like criers and stuff going around like spitting out news, do I know of like any kind of group within Ravenshaw that's like that has some amount of trustworthiness and integrity that maybe is trying to fight against or rail against the ever-present crime? Is there anybody like that?
Mm, no.
Great, this city's just that much of a shithole.
um, I mean, like the most like that you're gonna find here, like that's like like gonna be like a well groomed protector essentially is going to be from the guild. You're definitely going to run into like more lower levels, but do also keep in mind not like everyone that you run into is even a level.
I can't. You can't trust the guild. It's the guild of fucking criminals. God damn it. Okay. Pandora, as we're walking to meet up or to go look for a wagon for ourselves, because Pandora has a new idea. She's going to look to Groot and say, "All right, I have a new plan. I think I'm going to have. I mean, we'll know where she is, but she'll be a lot better protected, I suppose. Do you have sending today, at least?"
Uh, and I'll try to remember. And yes, I did.
Okay. Just say if
Yeah,
you
I've
are
got it. I've got it.
if you don't want to spend this, if you don't want to spend the power, I completely understand. But we could send a message to Yaren and tell her that I am having someone very important to me teleported to the Violet Jaguar, and she will need lodging and protection.
I can do that.
I would appreciate it, Groot. You are invaluable in these moments.
Well, any friend of or your daughter, she's important to you. She's important to me.
I appreciate that. I feel like we don't know each other well enough to have such a closeness, but I accept it.
Worthy in combat. You're trustworthy, at least so far. That says a lot to me.
I am of the same opinion.
Judge a person by their deeds.
Right.
When do you want me to send this message?
Um,
Do it as we walk.
Yeah, you do it as you walk. I will have to. It looks like I will have to pay the guild to teleport her. That's going to piss me off, but it's fine.
We got plenty of money.
Agreed.
I will send that message to what's her name?
Yarn.
Okay. She's the leader of which guild?
The Violet Jaguar up in Blucksmouth.
Okay.
All correct.
I take notes, sucker.
See, I had the leader of, and then it went blank. Yeah.
7 o'clock for you, Groot.
Oh. I'll do that as I'm walking. I will whisper that message. Lauren, let her know that we're sending someone, and her name is Silky, a 16-year-old girl that's gonna need protection, shelter. Uh, we'll also send her with some money.
So I'm assuming we can find at least like a covered wagon along the way for however much money.
Yeah, just like I was saying before, it depends on like how high of a quality you want. Minimum
We're
will be
going
35.
Okay, we're going for speed. So let's say 40 gold for one that's covered and looks like it's in decent condition.
Okay. I mean that'll just like a base one like that will run you 35 gold. The
Okay.
reply that you get from your sending crew will be she'll be welcomed with open arms. I owe you all at least that much, especially after hearing your success with the blockade. Silky will be well protected. I'm still trying to acquire information on our friend. And that will be the end of the message.
Pretty sure
Okay,
that's
now
too many
relay
words,
all
but
this
it
to
works.
Pandora.
Okay,
That was close.
Yeah, she'll nod. Speedily by the wagon. Regroup with Silky, and as we do,
We're gonna pull the wagon.
yeah. I will look at the malnourished Fluffy, kind of go up to him, pet the side of his head, and say, "I'm so sorry. You're going to be put through a little bit of work sooner than expected."
We can buy some horses. He needs his rest.
All right.
Now
Well,
we'll pitch in for a couple of horses to pull the wagon.
you still have Mutton and Nugget and Luna.
Yeah.
Those are riding horses.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. I'll go. We got plenty of cash, so I'll pitch in for a couple of horses, regular horses, draft horses, I guess they're called.
Yeah.
Dope. So we will drift slide in front of Silky with our new wagon.
Yep.
I get down from the wagon. I kneel and I don't know how short. No, I'm pretty fucking short. I'm not doing no kneeling. Pandora's fucking 5'2". Pandora's just going to kind of like put her hands on both of her shoulders. She's going to say, "Well, unfortunately, there's the change of plan. There is nobody in this shithole of a city trustworthy and that I am willing to trust to take you anywhere. So, good news is you're going to experience some very powerful magic. Bad news is I'm going to know where you're going. But there you will be protected by people that we have done jobs for. They're good people, they're trustworthy people, and I'm sure they won't mind if you bring a few animals."
And what about the rest of them?
That is going to be a little bit more difficult. I can probably find someone trustworthy enough to take care of them, but for now they're going to have to stay here. Because only so many people can go through the teleport.
Well, then I'm staying.
Silky, if you stay, he will take you.
But I don't want to leave my friends.
I know. It's only
We
going to
use
be...
you against Pandora. Will.
Yes, he will. He's already planning on doing it with my sister. Look, I don't mean to scare you, but here's the reality of the situation. If he takes you, he will use a spell that will blind and that will basically blind you. You will not know where you are. You will be suspended in a space, unable to move. I'm not sure what the spell is yet, but it's a very bad one. And if you get trapped within this magic, he will then use that to blackmail me. And I will have to choose between saving the world and saving you.
But then how many can I bring?
See, he's cast it a couple times. I have to look it up.
I believe it's up to 5. Maybe more.
I mean, we could pay the guild and have
Yeah,
them transport more animals.
That's what she's. Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. It is. We need to.
Although they're probably limited in the number of uses they can do it per day as well. Keep that in mind.
Right.
I don't think they're going to be able
Actually, it's any creature that enters within it, so it doesn't even have a number.
Oh, it doesn't even have no number. Oh, okay. Fucking Pandora would know that, I think.
I mean, we've
she'll-
used this spell so many times now.
Yeah. So I guess Pandora will kind of like just smack her head a little bit, be like, "I'm confusing this with a different spell." How many fucking animals did she have?
21.
Holy shit.
What?
Oh,
You knew what you were
and
getting yourself into. You said that she could have as many as she wanted, Pandora.
the guild is probably gonna charge Pandora extra. God damn it.
They just charge for the spell.
All right. Well, knowing this guild, they'll probably charge me extra. Anyway,
We don't advertise that. We just say we're using that spell.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Why don't you just do that?
Okay, so Banner would just smack her and be like, I got this spell confused with another one. We can take your animals. Do you have enough leads to take them all?
Yes! And then she'll point to the wall, and you just see, like, all these different, like, leashes and little collars and whatnot.
My
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
You are so adorable. But anyway, we don't have time for that. So let's
Quite
get
the
everybody.
menagerie there.
Yes, let's get everything up into the wagon and let's meet Raven at the guild.
All right, Raven, is there anything that you wanted to take care of while they were doing all their things?
I was just going to ask the guild about, you know, us being able to teleport. Like using teleport services.
Yeah, I mean, just 900 for the use.
All right. That's fine. Just once my crew is here, we'll go. I will let you know when we're all here.
Well, you see a wagon full of animals, and then the three of us show
You
up.
just see me facepalm as I see them coming up.
Yeah, Pandora just hops down and says, Sorry. Your city has no one trustworthy, or that at least that I can trust. So I'm paying for her to be teleported."
Yeah, no, I know.
The ones that are trustworthy aren't adequate.
Right. Probably would have done the same thing. I'm just never ceases to amaze me what we come up with.
I do have one question for each of you. Joanne speaks up. What will I do?
You're coming with us, right?
You can do whatever you desire. You're
I
a free
think.
person now.
Well, I think you said you were going to help us destroy Estelar, yes?
Yes, and you said that Dooman's doing the same thing back at Darkwell, right?
He said he wanted to go back home. I don't think he was going to continue his quest.
He wouldn't let us be like that if he knew. You told him, didn't you?
Told him what?
What happened? You said that he didn't remember, but you at least gave him some sort of...
Oh, yes, we told him what happened and what you all were doing. But, I think he said he wanted to go back home for some time. I don't know. He didn't really tell us what he was going to do after. I think he was going to take some time off, but...
If I know
He chose a
Dooman,
different path.
if I know Dooman, he's not going to rest until we're all freed.
Well, I believe that my concern is if he's going after you on his own, he's just going to end up back under Estelar's curse if he's going after them on his own.
Then I
Would
must...
it be harder for him to resist this curse? This has been broken.
I mean, he's not exactly a caster, is he?
I mean, yes, it may be a bit more resistant, but I mean, Dooman's not the wisest of the five of us. I must get back there. I must get to Darkwell if that's where he's going, and at, at least stop him from this path if he's trying to find him on his own.
This
Very-
was,
very
what,
good.
2 months ago? I don't know if it might be too late.
No, I don't think it was that long ago. I think because he came as far as he was with us and Kroot, and then we teleported back to Bluxmouth. He was with us on Celestial Vale, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, then we teleported back to Bluxmouth,
And then he left after that fight with
and
the
then
ships.
he left after that, and then we dealt with the blockade, which didn't take very long. No, it has not been like a month. I don't think. I think it's actually been a lot less time.
I can't remember how long it's
It
been. I'm
has
just.
been just over a week.
Oh, really?
That's what I
Okay.
Nine 9 days since you all have set out. With the quest of going to Mogan.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Before you leave us, we should try to at least contact him and see where he is. Why don't we try to send to Doom and talk with him first?
I mean, that's up
You
to
can do
Groot.
that. Yes.
I think that would be much more efficient. We can find out his plan, his direction, where he is, what's going on, before you make that decision to head out there.
It's up to you, Groot. That's it's 2 spells in one day. I know I would be
Or
a
we
little
could
hesitant.
pay the guild.
It's of importance.
We could pay the guild instead.
Yeah, but why involve them?
Not use a spell.
They're
I
not
think
involved them. I don't trust the guild.
Maybe we could buy a spell scroll from them instead. And then we
It
could
might
use
be
it on our own. That would probably, assuming it's the same price, you could use it, not spend the spell slot, and have the privacy we want.
well, you're still a member. Go and ask, I suppose.
Alright. I'll head in there and. Well, I'm actually kind of curious. I guess I'd ask them. Spellcasting services for the portal is 900 gold. What if we were to ask just for the scroll instead? Same price?
To make the scroll with the materials and whatnot, if it's not already prepared, it will cost a little bit more. But if it is already done for you, then it will be roughly the same price.
Alright. If they have it available, I'd at least like to buy a scroll
Sending.
of sending. I'm sure that's something they would have stocked because that's a really important spell to communicate across Elista. I would imagine.
We'll see what the dice say.
I would hope they would at least have that kind of that's a
Guys, they're fucking say yeah.
that's a very probable spell for them to have stockpiled.
Ooh, the dice do say yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about
They've
They've got two.
what about the teleportation spell?
It can be done, but not on hand.
Okay. I think we'll actually. How much are the sending scrolls?
With the guild discount included, they will be 300 apiece.
All right, we'll buy both.
Okay,
Yes.
so 600 gold.
Uh-huh. Thank you. And we'll walk away for now. And come back to the group. Say they had 2 sending scrolls.
All right. Who's doing it? Because anyone can use those things.
Yes. I think it might be best if we have the message come from our friend here.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
You want me to
Joanne?
do it?
Well, I assume you understand how sending works. You're a wizard, yes?
They've
Yes.
got access to that spell too.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Well, you understand how it at least works, and
Yes, I do understand how it works.
Well, now
I think
you can put one of these in your spell book. Just use the other one.
and then you could communicate with us.
That'd be
Although I
quite an
was
excellent idea, if you'd be so kind to give back the spell book.
that was my hang up was I never got to use anything in your spell book yet.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Or let me pull out my cell phone and we can take pictures of the spell.
That's kind of why that's another reason why I was hoping you would stay with us, was so that I could actually utilize this and copy spells. I know that's a selfish reason, but that's why I'm
Times.
asking that we use the sending first and find out what Duman's doing before you leave us.
It looks like when you are trying to save an entire world, time is always pressing, unfortunately.
Yes. So,
Well, I would just need some time to be able to copy it into the book, and I mean, I do owe each of you my life, to say the least. So, if time is what you need, then that is what I will give you.
Time is not what we have.
And
well,
time with the book.
if you're willing to come with us for now, and then join Duman later, that would work. But I still think you should communicate with Duman before you head out that way. I think it's only smart.
Well, if you give me the capability of copying it into my book, then my book is open to you in exchange.
Yes. All right. So, guys, are we teleporting to Silverkeep now then?
Well, I have to. I'm paying for Silky's teleport, and you can. Well, actually, could you tell? Could you? Pandora reaches in your growing purse, pulls out 90 platinum, hands them to Raven. He says, "I think you're going to have to pay for both teleports because if I try to pay for it, they're going to upcharge me because I revoked my membership."
Right. So, where are we. Well, I'll pay for Silky's teleportation. I won't ask where she's being sent.
I'll pay for the other one.
All right.
All right.
So I guess Silky will tell them where she wants to go. We'll just pay for it, right?
Sure.
Is that what you want, Pandora? I'm assuming we don't want to know where she's teleporting.
There's only one place that she can, where she'll be safe. Unfortunately, I will know, and Kurt will know, but you won't, which is probably the most important aspect.
Yes. So maybe Kroot come with me since you're still part of the guild. Yes. Or wait, were you ever part of the guild?
No.
No.
But
Shit.
money talks.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll let you join on the fly.
Rixian's still part of the guild.
Yes, Rixian. Rixian, come with me. Since wait, was Rixian ever cursed? Was
Uh,
I?
to be honest, I don't remember. I think so.
Okay. I'd like to have whoever's figuring out where she's going be the one to tell them,
Like,
as
I would
long as
have
they
to look
haven't
at
been cursed.
my off-stream notes for that, because that was before we even started doing
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Right.
So Pandora's going to stand in front of Silky. She's going to kind of like kind of pat her hair down a little bit, kind of like put it in order, make sure that all her clothes are good. And then she's going to say, or she's going to take them away from Rixian and Raven so they don't hear her. Crew can come if he wants. But she's going to say, "All right, sorry, I promised a week of being together, and I guess that's not going to happen. Seems this whole thing is going to get in between us quite a bit more times. but I'm working really hard to kill him as soon as possible. So when you go in there with Raven and Rixian, they'll direct you to somebody who will cast a spell and send you to Blacksmouth. Remember that. Violet Jaguar in Blacksmouth. You are looking for Yaren. You got that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
From the notes I'm finding right now, it was actually just you that was cursed, because the other ones that were cursed that I put in basically red tape were people that aren't playing with us anymore.
Gotcha. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm basically just paying for the service and then telling them that the person that is using the service is someone else, and telling them that it's her, but that I don't know where she's going. I'm just paying for the service. So
They'll just tell you that you're stupid for spending your money on somebody else,
yeah, I know, but
and then laugh.
yeah.
Nonetheless, can be done. And then you're going to use Rixian, I'm assuming, to make the exchange for to go to Silverkeep.
I think crew. I thought somebody else was paying for that. I'm not sure what we're doing with that.
Yeah, like the money's coming from somebody else. You're just making him do the
Yeah.
transaction.
I would have handed them the money
Whichever.
to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done both transactions technically, but
And I'm sure when Nia comes back after we like let him know kind of like what happened, watching the VOD, he'll probably pay you all back for some of the money as well.
right. And I assume we're gonna go pick up more money too there, as long as it's still there. But
Yeah, we'll see.
So, Pandora watches Silky with her plethora of animals. Just walk into, walk into the teleport room. We probably watch from a distance, so Rickson and Raven doesn't hear, and watch her poop. Those are going to be some very shocked animals, but Pandora turns to the rest of everybody else and says, "All right, are we ready?"
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, if he's there and I'm with you, at least we have a bit better of a chance.
Yeah, agreed. Are we bringing our mounts?
I figured so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Fluffy's there and all that good stuff. All right, let's go.
All right. So after sending Silky away with all of her friends, you all activate the teleport once again, using the teleportation circle in order to make your way back to Silver Keep. Each of your mounts with you as well, plus another companion, Joanne. And I think this is a good place to call it, as you all make your way back to the temple in
Perfect.
Silverkeep.
Good place to call
Oh,
it.
shit. I'm starting to wonder if we're being too greedy.
So I'll move you all down to this area. But nonetheless, it was a nice, fun session filled with a lot of interesting RP.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was fun. We did some really crazy shit over the past few sessions. I think that was needed.
Yeah, it goes up and down in waves, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you all did kind of go pretty heavy on those poor ships.
Yeah.
And then when presented with the encounter with Joanne, um, you know, luckily Raven's really, really fast and can hit a lot.
Yeah.
Because that could have gone really bad really quickly, but you all handled it like champions. Like the
I
real
almost,
heroes you are.
I almost went down for the first time. That was scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like one hit away from biting the dust myself.
Well, at least I
One
did
more
my
fireball.
job. At least I did my job, kind of. I was the frontliner, and I took some damage. It's kind of my intentions with Pandora, so it works, I guess.
I
My
will.
dexterity killed me, man.
I just wanted to add, it's still May 30th. Like as you make your way back, it will be just like midday, 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Unless they
But
flew a bunch, we might make it. Maybe.
well, we'll see what happens next week. But anyone have anything to say besides Jax before we get out of here?
Nope. Good game, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Great DM in there, Kyle.
As always.
Yep.
I try.
Well, my friend, you do very well.
Agreed.
At this point, it's basically a part-time job with the amount of games I run. So I feel like at this point, if I was like still shitty, then I should stop.
Yeah, good game.
Am I taking us out?
Yeah, go ahead and give your call outs and then I will.
All right. As always, twitch.tv/ShadowRavenGames D&D. Another episode of Phil Jondon should be aired tomorrow, barring any last-minute life changes or anything like that. The party just got done reeling from their loss against Zaidan and have returned to Inyama to find out that Lova has gone off by herself to take on the Twilight's Fury. So I'm excited to see what my players decide what they're going to do for that session because they're pretty tapped. So I'm assuming a long rest, but we never know, right? As DMs. So yeah, stop by, check that out. You can find all of the affiliates and stuff in the description below the channel page. And Alien X Town for the art of Pandora. And that's all I've got.
All right, all my affiliates can be found up in the top left corner of the stream. Sword Coast Soundscapes, 2 Minute Tabletops, Lady Lockserve, and Here's One a Discord channel, along with the Ninja Monkey Discord channel. You can find all their links down below, along with my YouTube and Twitter. If you want to drop a follow there, figure out when we're going live, and what games are coming up when they're on the schedule. So, if you haven't yet, drop a follow. And next World of Elista game will be held on Monday. I believe it's the 18th. Yeah. So, hopefully see some of you then. And until next time, see y'all later.
Bye.